The following is a production of the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. The boys of fall are back. Davis County football is coming your way on New Country 104.3 KRKN. Davis County Mustang sports broadcasts are brought to you by these sponsors. Tricia and the staff at Brothers Market in Bloomfield. Make sure and download their new app and start saving today at Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. By Community First Credit Union, with over 16 locations to serve you. By Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Call them today for a virtual visit and get seen from the comfort of your home. By Davis County Community School District. One school, one community, one goal. The best we can be. By Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield. Call Darren today to get a great night's sleep on a mattress you'll love. 664-3060. By First Iowa State Bank, with locations in Bloomfield, Cantrell, and Keosauqua. Today, tomorrow, together. By Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. Call Jody for all your state-certified concrete sand, top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel at 799-1235. By Ray, Doug, and Chris and the team at Hamilton Produce in Bloomfield and Ottumwa. Stop in for all your farm and hardware needs, and don't forget, they are the best place to call for all your LP gas needs. By Skyler at Hopkins Fencing in Bloomfield. He can build any fence you need. Call today to get on his list for fall work. For pictures of his work, check out the Hopkins Fencing Facebook page. By Lisa and the team at Northside Insurance in Bloomfield. Quote to claim, they take care of you. By Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield. Call Bob Lawson and the staff today, where results in your field are always their first concern. By Dr. Dwayne Petrito at Petrito Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. Call them today to get a smile that lasts a lifetime. By Chris and the team at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumber yard. Stop in and get everything you need for all your projects. And don't forget to come to the Pulaski Lumber Makers Space on the second Saturday of the month. By Chad LaRue at the Right Choice Driving School. When it comes to the safety of your kids as they learn to drive, make the right choice for driver's ed. Register today at therightchoicedrivingschool.com. By Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski. See them today for a great deal on a Polaris Ranger or ATV. By Eric and the team at Spillman Auto Parts in Bloomfield. Don't forget, you can now text them about the car part you need. By Milo and his team at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield, offering free delivery to Bloomfield and the surrounding areas. And by William Penn University. Pay $5,000 or less per year with William Penn's Iowa Pride Scholarship geared towards high school seniors. Visit wmpenn.edu/Iowa Pride to find out more. Now, let's get to the field with the voice of your Davis County Mustangs, Ellis Kojo.
Another football season is upon us, and for a lot of people, they kind of doubted whether or not we would actually have a season. But good evening, and welcome to Mustang Stadium, home of the Davis County Mustangs. We have a good old-fashioned rivalry for tonight's opener. It's the Davis County Mustangs versus the Centerville Big Reds. It's a pleasure to have you with us, and it's great to be with you for another season of football. I'm Ellis Kojo. Joining me in our booth is our producer, Parker Stevens, as well as my partner in crime, Brad McCloskey. Brad, the offseason felt like it lasted forever, especially with everything going on. How's it feel to be back and know that the season opener is just right around the corner?
Yeah, it feels great. And, you know, we didn't realize how much we took for granted
when
we didn't have sports. And it's just nice to get a sense of normalcy and get our minds focused on something else. And what a great distraction, football.
Amen to that. Coming up next, we'll take a look at the Davis County team that earned 2 wins last season, and we'll look to improve on that total starting tonight. This is Davis County Football, and we're live on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support. Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers, call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Yes, the great outdoors is wide open, so why not make the most of it? Expand your family's freedom with the off-road's best, like the only built-in GPS that doesn't require a cell connection, and group tracking that lets you spread out and stay together. Upgrade your ride for as little as $5 a day. Polaris, think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski. Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. Your best choice for groceries is Brothers Market in Bloomfield, where they treat you like family. They are proud to offer Best Choice branded items. While you're here, check out the awesome selection in their meat department and make sure and find something for your sweet tooth in the bakery. Don't forget to check them out on Facebook or visit their website at shopbrothersmarket.com. Stop in and see them today at Brothers Market in Bloomfield, where they treat you like family. When it comes to the safety of your children, be sure to make the right choice when they start driving. At the Right Choice Driving School, they treat each student like family and do their utmost to provide each student with the necessary information and techniques to become a lifelong, safe, responsible driver. Sign up for driver's education today and you can start tomorrow. They are open to students in all Iowa districts. Go to therightchoicedrivingschool.com today for more information. Proud sponsor of the Davis County Mustangs.
Do you need a fence built? Call Skylar at Hopkins Fencing in Bloomfield and save yourself some blood, sweat, and tears. Skylar can build whatever kind of fence you need, from barbed wire, woven, continuous, and custom welding. Check out the Hopkins Fencing Facebook page for lots of pictures of the quality fencing jobs he has done. Call Skylar at Hopkins Fencing in Bloomfield today to get on his fall building list, as it will fill up fast. You can find his number on Facebook or call 641-208-6...
You're watching Mustang football on the Untitled Radio Sports Network.
Games last season on their way to a 2-7 record. The main change we'll keep an eye on is the head coach. Scott Murdoch is the new man at the helm, and he made no qualms about the fact that he has high expectations and he believes he has the talent to meet those lofty goals. Brad, tell us a little bit about Davis County's head coach. What does he bring to the table?
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of similarities from what we ran before. Scott's background, he's got a lot of he wants to keep things upbeat, up-tempo. So I think offensively, you're going to see a lot of the same things we saw last year, because the talent we know from last year's returning, and they're guys that have been contributing since they were young, even in some cases as freshmen. So
sure.
You're going to build things around what talent you have, and so we have a pretty good idea of what we'll see because we know what their talent is. But with that talent, I expect to see a lot of up-tempo offense like we did last year, a lot of spread, a lot of quick hitters, getting guys out in space and let them make plays.
Now, what type of is Murdoch more of an offensive coach, a defensive coach? What type of background does he have?
Honestly, I don't even know that much about him, but just kind of watching him in warm-ups here, he was down kind of watching the offense and defensive line plays. So as a head coach, typically you really want to watch assignments and you want to watch execution where it matters most, especially in these early games. It comes down to execution. X's and O's are all fancy plays are all good, but if you can't block and if you can't tackle, then you're not going to win very many games. So these early games, I'm sure he's paying a lot of attention to those blocking assignments and execution.
The Mustangs were a young team last year, and they bring plenty of talent back for the new season. Carson Mader is back at quarterback. The junior signal caller had a share of bright spots during the 2019 season. He finished with 1,093 yards passing with 14 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. What are you expecting out of Mader this year, Brad?
Confidence, right? I mean, he's got a couple of years now under his belt. He had a up and down season last year, but he did some nice things in big points of the season last year and found targets, and some guys came along with him last year as well. So, I think we're going to see a renewed sense of confidence. He's a junior now, so he's an upperclassman. He's got experience. He's at home, and there was a big question mark whether we're going to play. So I know these boys are going to be excited, and you're going to see some leadership out of some of those key positions that have going on their third season now of varsity experience.
One thing I noticed about Mader last year is obviously we remember the opener from last year and how unfortunate it is. A lot of turnovers that came out of him in that opener versus Keokuk in week 1. He really settled into his role as the season went on, and he played a lot better. So it looked like he got more comfortable as the season went on last year.
Yeah, and again, you have to have time as a quarterback to make plays. So if you expect a quarterback to take anything more than a two-step drop, he has to have time to do so. And in many cases, he didn't. So that makes you, when you're a younger player, that makes you nervous. That gets you a little bit antsy. You make quicker decisions than you want to. So as I mentioned before, if he's going to have time, he needs that time, so he's going to have good blocking up front, and sometimes you have to call on your backs to do so. So he's going to need time if he's going to take anything more than a two-step drop, and I think last year that was one of the big keys that we saw when he started playing well, was a quick drop, get the ball out of his hand, and let guys make plays. One good thing that Mader does have going for him is that a lot of the weapons that he threw to last year are still on the roster. You alluded to it, so it's your baby, the Carson to Carson connection. We saw that a lot last year. Carson Zittler led the team in touchdown receptions. He had 4 last season. He's the type of guy, Carson Zittler, that can really blow the top off any defense. Yeah, Carson Zittler had a really nice season. He's got good speed, and he's got confidence. Talked to him the other day here in town and ran into him at the hardware store, and he's really excited about the upcoming season. He's an excitable guy, isn't he? Yeah, he is, and he's a real likable kid. And we have a lot of real likable kids on this team, and so they're going to be fun to watch. It's fun to see their development. Another big target, Dalton Reeves last year, that Mader threw to a lot. You got some guys in the backfield that he's used to handing off to, and he can keep the ball himself, too. He's got good wheels. So it's going to be exciting to see, but I do anticipate seeing some similar style offense, that up-tempo offense that we saw last year. Now, of course, we talk about the passing game. The running game was something that Davis County hung its hat on. As another big cog of this team is junior Gavin McCall. He led the Mustangs in rushing with 688 yards and 4 touchdowns. And McCall might even be more valuable on the defensive side. You really liked him on the defensive side at linebacker. I did, and I tell you what, he has that instinct that you can't coach, right? You can coach a lot of things at linebacker and in defense, but you can't coach instinct. He has it. So when you have instinct, you can coach the other intangibles, like just what you do with your arms when you take on blocks, those little things. But man, he's got a nose for the ball. So it'll be interesting to see what coach does with him, because another guy on offense last year that had some good looks in the backfield as the season went on late is Smith. Oh, Clayton Smith. Clayton Smith. So when it's hot like this, and if you can get guys breathers and use them in places that they are better contributors and get them a break on the other side of the ball in these really hot conditions, we may see some really, really explosive plays out of him tonight on defense. Football players prefer colder weather, so a night like this where temperature pretty much hovered in the mid-90s all day, not a lot of relief coming up in the forecast, so it's going to be a hot night. As a coach, what's the most important thing to keep cognizant of on a hot day like this? Yeah, man, I tell you, these are hot, memorable games. You got to hydrate. You got to make sure that your sodium levels are good. Something weird that I know a lot of coaches use is pickle juice. I heard about that. So you see a lot of pickle juice being passed around, and it works. It just helps keep your cells balanced, so you can limit cramping, because that will be a big deal tonight. Because if nothing else, when you get hot, if you're not well hydrated, mental errors start creeping in. And game 1, week 1, 2, 3, mental errors and, again, execution are really what come down to difference in W's and L's. One thing that we noticed, and actually over the 2 years that we've done this, is that Davis County seems to be at the cusp. They seem to be they always seem to be right there with a lot of their opponents, but whether it's just one small thing that goes wrong or a mental error here or there, it's just – they always seem to be one play away from instead of having a 2-win season, to have a 4 or 5-win season. You're exactly right. And when you're in a conference where every week you're pretty well matched up with teams, nobody's really dominant. That's what it comes down to. I mean, it comes down to taking care of the ball And as I mentioned earlier, execution of your assignments, blocking, and tackling. It's really not that complicated of a game when you really just focus on what my individual assignment is every single play and recognizing those matchups that you can take advantage of. So coaching is going to be a big part of tonight too, because these two teams don't know each other all that well because you have a new coach at the helm. Yeah. We have new skill players in Centerville, which I'm sure you'll get to here in a little bit.
Oh, sure.
But there's going to be a lot of matchups and a lot of adjustments as the game goes on. So a chess match here tonight.
Coming up next, we'll take a quick glance at the Centerville Big Reds, who are looking to continue their dominance in this rivalry. They have held on to the pennant since 2014. You're listening to Davis County Football on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
This is Milo Wells, your pharmacist and owner at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. When you need prescriptions, stop in and let our team take care of you. If you're a current customer, I challenge you to ask a friend or neighbor that comes to our pharmacy if they are satisfied with the professionalism and small-town customer service we pride ourselves on. We provide a higher level of pharmacy care with the same copays as other pharmacies in the area. Let us sync your medications to help save you time with once-a-month pickup at Wells Hometown Drug next to CarQuest in Bloomfield.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal. And what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. See for yourself what See First can do for you.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
Attention Southern Iowa, do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060.
Hi, I'm Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. Whatever project you're working on, we have what you need. From shingles, new windows, siding, plumbing, or even nice new Milwaukee power tool. If we don't have it, we can order it. And if you need professional advice on a project, we're always happy to help. While you're here, check out our Makerspace building. Make plans to stop out every month on second Saturday for lots of vendors on hand. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start to finish lumberyard.
First Iowa State Bank takes pride in this place we call home, and we strive to show our community support. The faces you see when visiting our branches are the faces you see across the table when discussing community projects, eating lunch in a local restaurant, or on the bleachers supporting our students. The way we serve looks different today. We are still working behind the scenes to support and care for our communities. We are eager to move forward with you and once again embrace all the things that make this place so special. First Iowa State Bank, proud to be your partners today, tomorrow, together. Member FDIC.
You're watching Mustang Football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Action right around the corner. Welcome back to Mustang Stadium, where the crowd continues to file in, awaiting for the latest edition of the pennant game between Davis County and Centerville. As we alluded to a couple times already, Centerville has held on to the pennant since 2014. The Big Reds went 5-4 last season, and they'll be featuring some new faces from last year's squad. Sawyer Wardlow is scheduled to be the starting quarterback. We'll see who actually takes the snaps when they come out. The junior threw just 17 passes last year, but still had 4 touchdowns. Centerville's biggest question mark, however, is their running game. 1,000-yard rusher McCain Oden has graduated, and as has the second leading rusher, last year's starting quarterback Quentin Kessner, who racked up over 500 yards. Brad, how do you go about preparing for a team that basically has no tape at all on the offensive end?
Yeah, again, I kind of alluded to this right before break that there's going to be a lot of adjustments that are going to be made because both sides are going to be looking to there's the coin toss, I'll come back to that thought here in a second.
Yeah. Let's see, it looks like Centerville deferred. Well, actually, we'll wait for the referee to show us actually who who won the toss.
Just a quick reminder, the cattlemen are grilling the hot dogs and hamburgers behind the press box over on Locust Street.
I don't know if I saw much there.
He's like turning his back to us and not even telling us who won the toss. That's kind of messed up.
I think I saw Centerville point to an end zone.
Yeah.
So I think that means that they probably, like you said, deferred to the second half, and it looked like they're going to defend, maybe receive down on the east end.
So it looks like Davis County will get the ball first, if I'm not mistaken.
Again, maybe have to knock some rust off, get the old wheels turned for the officials too. But
it's week 1 for everybody.
We'll see what they signal here in a minute. Maybe they'll signal something to the crowd. But anyway, as I was saying, all you can do is really prepare for what you know from last year, and kind of put in your base defense and your base special team stuff and adjust as you go. And so there's going to be a lot of adjustments. So coaching is tremendously important in these early weeks of the season, and we'll see what happens.
No signal from the referee. That's okay. Anyway, Centerville hasn't lost to Davis County since 2014, like I said. When you're going up against somebody that's had that kind of domination against you over recent history, what does that do to you psychologically, or or is it just pretty much like every year is different and it's not that big of a deal?
I think they'll approach it, with a fresh start. Again, we got guys that were pretty young, and they had to be big contributors even as freshmen.
Yeah.
Sophomores typically, you're still developing, and they had to rely heavily on sophomores. These guys they got the wheel now, right? I mean, they're the upperclassmen, they're juniors, they're confident. They've been putting a lot of time in the weight room, which our head coach is the coordinator of that as well, so he's in there. It's part of their PE regimen. So he's in there not only seeing them build confidence physically in muscle, but also instilling it in them with his motivational talk. So I think they're really confident, and I think we're going to see a good display out of the Mustangs tonight.
I go back to the last 2 Centerville games that we saw 2 years ago in Centerville. Davis County raced out, I believe, to a 13-0 lead, and they really couldn't hold on to that. Centerville came roaring back, and they beat Davis County. Last year, a lot of nip and tuck. Davis County raced out in front, second or first play from scrimmage.
Yep.
Long pass play to Zittler, put them out in front. And then it just turned into a different game in that second half where they really leaned on that duo that has graduated, Kessner and Oden, and that really is what took them to the win last year. I think they beat them 38-16, I believe was the final score.
Yep, you are correct. And it was, I think, a 1-score game at halftime.
Yeah.
So we were right there with them, and we did some nice things, but we just we tripped ourselves up. We had turnovers. We started getting tired late in the game when you get down, and we were missing tackles, and Oden was a big, powerful back. And, I don't think our Mustangs will miss him too much because, yes, he had 4 touchdowns, I think, by mid-third quarter last year. And really did some damage. And then their quarterback, Kessner, I believe you said his name was, right? Did some nice things as well. When they were keying on Oden, he'd keep it, and he'd scramble and do his thing. So there was some zone read going on. So they will not miss that from a Mustang side perspective. I'm sure Centerville will miss that, but it'll be interesting to see how similar offensively they are when you miss that kind of powerful duo.
All right, I have to question because I was watching Centerville warm up and I saw this big number 44. His name is Ajak Nogi. You'll see him if you're watching on our Tunnel Radio Group Facebook page. he looks like a bowling ball with legs, but the roster has him listed at 5'9", 175. There's no way.
Okay, I missed him. I didn't even see him. I saw you help me with his pronunciation, but I missed him. We had one of those guys last year, and I'm not sure if he graduated. But remember, we had that really big menacing defensive lineman.
He was a senior. He's senior.
Yeah. And you know, when you have that big menacing figure out there, you do have to account for him, right? Yeah. So I missed him, and I'll have to take a look when he comes back. Number 44, you say?
Yeah, number 44. All right, so give us a few keys on this game, especially, well, I mean, like we said, we don't really know about Centerville all too much. Most of their skilled players have changed. Davis County may have the advantage since they have a lot of their talent coming back. So just give us a few keys before we get started.
These first games, you know, I coached with a Hall of Fame head coach in my former coaching role before I became an administrator. And his keys to these early games were always, he would just preach execution. And you've already heard me say it several times. You're going to hear it several times more. Guys, when it's hot like this, you got to mentally focus on your execution every single play. Limit turnovers is going to be huge, and tackling. I mean, that's really what's going to come down to. If we can block their guys and sustain blocks longer than they can to make plays, we're going to be in good shape. If we can limit the number of times that we turn the ball over, whether it be on the ground or in the air, and if we can tackle, we're going to be in really good shape tonight.
How much hitting would you do in the off or the preseason before the actual season begins? Because you want them to feel a little bit of contact, but you don't want to wear them out before the season even starts. Yeah,
and you and I were talking pregame that our roster looks impressive.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
a
bigger.
good number.
Yeah, it's a good number, yeah.
You get down there, and there's a lot of young guys still that are filling in those spots, right? You got some freshmen, you got some sophomores, you got some new names in there who haven't played in a few years. So you have to find that balance. And it's kind of really adapted over the years. You know, when I was in high school and playing football, it was very different philosophy on how much tackling and hitting you did. I mean, it was just all out. Sometimes felt like war in some of those practices and some of the drills they put us through. Well, it's adapted a lot with the concussion protocol. We know that you want to kind of limit the number of whacks to the head, for lack of a better word, and reduce the number of stingers, we would call them, back when we played. And when you're young and you know, gosh, I think they probably limited it quite a bit, but conditioning will be a big part of tonight too, especially in heat like this.
The national anthem and the opening kickoff between Centerville and Davis County is coming up next. You're listening to Davis County Football on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road.
Yes, the great outdoors is...
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
From you for a while. And we're just about waiting for the national anthem before that gets started.
Yeah, there's just a good feeling about Friday Night Football. There's a special feel in the air, even when it's hot. I mean, but especially considering everything that we've been through since you and I were here last, you know. The world has changed quite a bit, and again, as I mentioned, it's just really nice to have a distraction and a sense of normalcy, and man, Friday Night Football has a special feel to it, and it's very special tonight because it's fragile. Like some teams aren't getting to enjoy this because of different conditions in their counties and around the state, so we're very fortunate, and we will not take it for granted anytime in the near future, I have a feeling.
So both teams are back out into the field. And we will step away for the national anthem when we come back. The kickoff between Davis County and Centerville. You're watching and listening to Davis County football on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road.
Yes, the great outdoors is wide open. So why not make the most of it? Expand your family's freedom with the off-road's best. Like the only built-in GPS that doesn't require a cell connection. And group tracking that lets you spread out and stay together. Upgrade your ride for as little as $5 a day. Polaris. Think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
This is Chris Myrtle at Hamilton Produce. We have what you need to keep everything on your farm or in the shop in working order, including a full line of cattle chutes and calving equipment. We are also your best source for the most competitive prices on LP gas. Check out our full line of Carhartt clothing and dry shod boots. And did we mention we now carry Orca coolers as well? Hamilton Produce, your one-stop shop for all your farm and hardware needs. Just off the square in Bloomfield or on the old Brick Plant Road in Ottumwa.
Do you need a fence built? Call Skylar at Hopkins Fencing in Bloomfield and save yourself some blood, sweat, and tears. Skylar can build whatever kind of fence you need, from barbed wire, woven, continuous, and custom welding. Check out the Hopkins Fencing Facebook page for lots of pictures of the quality fencing jobs he has done. Call Skylar at Hopkins Fencing in Bloomfield today to get on his fall building list, as it will fill up fast. You can find his number on Facebook or call 641-208-6310.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
I'm a champion, I need some trophy.
Pennant game between Centerville and Davis County coming up shortly on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. Great to have you with us. 7 regular season games for Davis County this year, Brad. 5 of them at home. That is a fortunate schedule. I hate to see the back end of that next year, though.
Yeah, exactly. And there's going to be a lot of questions every week as you go into it. You know, some teams may not be able to play, but as I was reading it right, you have to play a minimum of 5 games, I believe, to be considered for postseason. Anybody that does play those 5 games will be in the postseason. And I know there's been some regional teams tonight scrambling to find that week 1. Again, we're fortunate to have the matchup we do, and I think it's going to be a good one.
There is talk about Davis County's offensive line. They have a lot of experience coming back. They have Tristan Marks. They have Spencer Bowes. A lot of experience coming back. That was an issue last year. The offensive line. They had issues protecting Mater in the passing game last year. They were really good in the running game, however. What's the big difference between being a good run blocker and being a good pass blocker?
Feet. Really, it comes down to what your footwork is and details to fundamentals on that footwork. So, we noticed a lot last year that Carson did really well when he was taking 1 to 2 steps, and anything beyond that, he felt that pressure because he didn't have a lot of time. So you have to have really good footwork because pass plays take time to develop. As opposed to a run play, if you can just kind of get in the way and create a seam. We had talented running backs that could hit the hole, and it could bounce off that first point of contact. But when it comes to the passing game, those take time to develop. You've got to get your receivers out in routes, so they need a little more time. So footwork, simple answer. I gave you a long one, but it's footwork.
Any answer suffices in week 1, Brad. Centerville won the toss. They did defer. Davis County will get the ball to start things off, so we will see Carson Mater in this Davis County offense as we get started here at Mustang Stadium. Just about ready to get started, and Carson Zittler is, he's a bit fired up, to say the least.
Well, he came out last year racing, so we'll see what
Right,
is up to
right.
Did we decide who has the ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Centerville won the toss. They deferred.
All right.
So Davis County
Davis
will
County.
receive first.
So we may get to see that connection right away.
Yes.
We'll see what the Mustangs bring shortly here as we are ready for kickoff.
Tatum Bish and Caden Glosser back to receive this kick for Davis County.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see some of these sophomores that have developed. Tatum Bish being one of them. He's a back deep right now. Returning number 2, Caden Glosser. We saw him a lot the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Contributed a lot even as a freshman. So a lot of guys with experience, and there's going to be some guys too that we don't even know yet that are going to contribute in key spots. And here we go.
Kellen Johnson, a 5'10 senior, will get set to kick it off. Remember last year, Centerville's kicker had a howitzer for a leg. There's a lot of people from Centerville I'm glad graduated. He's one of them.
Yeah, and if I remember right, at one point they were getting up pretty big. They kicked a 25.
They kicked a 53.
Oh, they did? No kidding.
Yes,
okay,
they did.
I didn't see that one on tape then, but I did see a pretty decent length field goal.
Yeah.
And so, those things in tight games can make a difference.
And he was Mr. Touchback as well.
Yeah,
Don't forget
you're right.
about that.
Yep.
So Johnson has the ball on the tee, ready to put toe to leather as we are ready to get started. Centerville versus Davis County, the PENN game, and off we go. A low line drive kick, and it's caught by one of the upbacks, running up to the near side, dancing away from a couple of tackles, and a good return out to the 35.
Cohen Piper.
Yeah.
Sophomore. And that was another one that I was interested to see. I haven't seen these guys in 5 months since school shut down in March. A lot of them, I know they've been putting in a lot of time in the weight room. He's another name that I'm interested to see how he does this year and if he can contribute because he's got a lot of athletic ability.
So Piper, the upback, actually it's up to the 36, so that's where Davis County begins their first possession. Just getting started from here at Mustang Stadium. Mater's under center 3, backs behind him, so Davis County going with a big, tight formation. McCall is the third back behind Mater, and McCall receives a handoff, running straight ahead, across the 40, diving forward to the 43-yard line. Tackle was made by Lucas Henderson, but a gain of 9. Make that 7 for McCall.
Yeah, so that was unbalanced with a tight end to the right. So
Yeah.
that was big power football. Not what I anticipated to see right away out of the gate. So
well, didn't you say they were going to spread out?
Yeah, well, it was my prediction, and obviously incorrect. Which I love. It's fun to throw wrinkles in and make them adjust.
Glosser, Smith, and McCall are the backs behind Mater. McCall again with a handoff. This time he tries the left side of the offensive line, twisted forward. Again on the stop was Henderson, and he's stopped just a yard short of a first down at the 45. 2 yards on that game by McCall, and third and less than a yard coming up for Davis County. Just getting started from here in Mustang Stadium. Davis County looking for their first win versus Centerville since 2014. They've been tight formation, like Brad said, with an unbalanced line with the tight end to the near side. Handoff McCall has the first down as he runs wide to the right off the right tackle. And he gets tackled at midfield for a gain of 5 and a fresh set of downs. The first down for Davis County this season.
Yeah, and doing it in a very unorthodox way that we haven't seen over the last 2 years. Last 2 years, as we said, it was all spread and a lot of trips, a lot of 2x2, a lot of quick hitter formations, and this is just the complete opposite. This is power football, double tight, looks to me, and as you said, 2 fullbacks and a tailback in the backfield with Gavin McCall.
Head off to the second back, and that was Clayton Smith who got engulfed in the backfield by Nick Jewett. Loss of a yard and a half. Actually, they'll mark it right at the 49, so a loss of 1 for Smith. They try to cross him up, give it to the second guy through, and Jewett was not fooled.
No, and I like the offensive formation that we're seeing because Centerville, as they did last year, is playing 3 traditional down linemen. A lot of times you're seeing high schools do that. When I played, it was a lot of 4, a lot of 5. So they're playing smash.
And
now they're going spread.
Davis County spreads. 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Second and 11 from the 49. 9:25 remaining in the first quarter. Opening drive of the ball game. Mater by himself in the shotgun. Centerville shows blitz. Here they come. Mater throws it deep down the seam, and it's tipped away. That could have been intercepted. But there to make the deflection was Merrick Matthews of Centerville. two receivers were in the area, both Reeves and Glosser, but it was right on the numbers that the pass was to on the near side, and not in particular to anybody. I think Mayer was just looking to throw that one away.
Yeah, and he saw the pressure coming from off the edge and got hit right as he threw. So, again, he was taking a little bit deeper of a drop. It takes a little bit more time to set those plays up. He didn't have that half a step that he needed to set his feet and threw right as he got hit. So we're fortunate that one did not get intercepted there because that was up in the air quite a long time.
3rd and 11 from the 49. Davis County already has converted a 3rd down on this drive. Trips to the left with Alex Lynch, the lone wide receiver to the right. McCall in the backfield with Mater, who takes a shotgun snap. Screen set up. McCall catches in the middle at the 50, the 45, spinning away from a tackler and brought down at the 42, a couple yards short of the first down. A gain of 9. And we'll see what Davis County decides to do. 4th and 2 coming up for the Mustangs. And I do not see the kicking team coming out, so head coach Scott Murdoch rolling the dice early here, deciding to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 2 from the 42 of Centerville. I formation behind Mater, who's under center. McCall dots the I. He gets the handoff. No, it's a fake. Mater rolling left, looking for the first down on the far sideline inside the 30. He has the first down. Tackled at the 29, a gain of 13 on 4th and 2. Mater gets us with his legs, and everybody keying on McCall. Mater was able to keep it and run up the far side.
Yeah, they had that unbalanced line to the right, so they had guard, tackle, tight end to Mater's right. He did the boot. It was a two-way go. He had a guy out there. The corner had to split with the receiver out in the flat, and Mater outran the end who was chasing, trying to contain the edge, and what a gain. Thought there was a late hit there, too. They didn't throw the flag, so we'll take what we can get. Big first down there.
1st and 10 from the 29. And what has been an impressive opening drive thus far for Davis County. 8:15 remaining in the first quarter of a scoreless game. Handoff is to Clayton Smith, and Mater almost got tackled before he handed that off, but he was able to get it to Smith, and he was able to fight back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, they're bringing about 2 guys every play, it looks like. Again, they have 3 down linemen. You got 4 linebackers, and when their linebackers aren't spread out, they're bringing them up the middle in different gaps. So that time, one of those blitzing linebackers kind of blew that play up, and fortunate to keep that one off the ground.
2nd and 10 from the 29. Davis County eating a lot of clock in this first drive. 4 wide receivers, early movement as almost the entire Centerville defensive line jumped across. Flag is thrown, and this should be offside against Centerville.
Yeah, good recognition there from the coaches because, again, when you got 4 linebackers who are itching to blitz, they got a little jumpy there and free 5 yards.
It's one of those hidden yards you always hear about, and I mean that's a big play. I mean they got a minus play, but now they're back on schedule. With a 2nd and 5.
Yep, and now you're messing with the defense who have to watch the ball as opposed to just kind of going off rhythm like they were, which gives your offense a half a step to engage those blocks, and now you have a little bit of the upper hand as opposed to them coming through on those blitzes.
2nd and 5 from the 24. 2 tight ends in, 3 backs behind Mater. The deep back McCall gets the handoff, and he gets stacked up and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Henderson, among others, in on the tackle for Centerville. Good gang tackling by the Big Reds. No gain for McCall. 3rd and 5 coming up for Davis County.
Yeah, you had a lot of bodies stacked in the box there when they have those tight sets like that. There's really no perimeter threat there unless you have a bootleg coming out or a tight end coming off the edge. So they're packing all those guys in on the box, and that time they won those matchups.
Davis County really methodical on this drive. Really just letting the clock run down and being patient. And they're still in the huddle, so you wonder if they're just going to call a timeout here, and that's exactly what head coach Scott Murdoch does. Davis County calls their first timeout with 6:39 remaining in the first quarter. We'll step away for a minute. Davis County, Centerville, scoreless here in the first quarter on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
You're watching Mustang football on the Untitled Radio Sports Network.
Third and 5 from the 24. Mater with a short set, pass to Reeves on the near side, up the near hash, and he takes it up the field for a first down inside the 20 to the 17. That is a gain of 7 on 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that was that quick, one step that we saw a lot, especially, mid to late season last year, those quick hitters. And Dalton Reeves, number 13, a big recipient of a lot of those last year, so something he's very familiar with.
Yeah, let's see if we can. Oh, you know what? That was on me. All right, we might be able to hear you better now. Okay. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I bumped it accidentally. That's on me.
I think you did it on purpose. I was talking too much.
You're overshadowing
as usual.
Under 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Handoff is to Smith, twisted forward inside the 15 to about the 14 for a gain of 4. In on the tackle was Brady Clark of Centerville. First positive run for Smith, his first 2 runs went for a total of -1, but that time he was able to get 4 and make it 2nd and 6 for Davis County.
And you mentioned it. I like the rhythm that we're going with. We're going no huddle, as a lot of high school teams do now, calling the plays in from the sideline, but it feels very controlled, very methodical, and just very patient.
12th play of what's been an impressive opening drive for Davis County, looking to go on top in this pennant game. They have not beat Centerville since 2014. 2nd and 6 from the Centerville 14 for Davis County. Play action. Mater back to throw in trouble. Throws it away. And was there a receiver in the area?
Number 11 was
Clayton
within
Smith,
feet.
Clayton Smith was in the slight vicinity, I might say. Hey, that the area is such a loose term. I don't know if you would say that he could have caught that ball, but I guess he threw it towards Smith, and that's all that matters. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 6.
And smart play from Carson. Again, he's got some experience now. We've seen him in the past throw those and float them. That one, you could see he was looking for the nearest receiver and kind of saw Clayton in the area. Mr. Whitehat pointed immediately after he threw it and found number 11. I think some Centerville coaches would disagree, but I do see the referees are getting together. I hope they're not going to reverse that. Nope, doesn't look like it. Maybe they're talking about.
Nope, the flag is thrown.
Oh, no.
They call grounding.
No kidding.
On Mater. That is one of the latest flags I have ever seen.
You don't normally see that.
It's not like they could have looked at a replay either to see if
No. and the white hat was, the head official was right there on it and pointed to him immediately in the vicinity.
Well, now they're conferring again. So the clock has stopped with 5:04 remaining in the first quarter. It's still the opening drive here at Mustang Stadium as Davis County has taken the opening kickoff. They started off from the 36, and they've taken it all the way to the Centerville 14. We are currently waiting to see if intentional grounding will be called on Carson Mater.
We can't really wave it off now if you talked that long and thought that long about it, can you?
Can you pick the flag back up after you throw it?
Yeah, as much delay as there was.
And I think the flag is picked up. Yes.
Okay, well, hey, this is rust on all of us.
So they decide not to throw the flag. Then after a conference, they throw the flag. Then after another conference, they pick up the flag. No harm done, I guess.
Okay. Play on.
Yeah, that is definitely a play on. 3rd and 6 from the 14 for Davis County. Lynch is the wide receiver to the right. Reeves, Zittler, and Glosser are to the left. McCall is lined up behind Mater, who is in the pistol. Mater on the keeper, running straight ahead, and he gets stacked up right about the 15-yard line and dropped by the Centerville defensive line. They were not fooled on that quarterback draw. Brady Clark, among others, in on the stop, and that brings up 4th and 7 after a loss of 1.
Yeah, and I saw a couple of our linemen confused on their blocking assignment there. Immediately were hitting themselves in the helmet, so some confusion, which you expect. But, again, that comes down to execution and assignments. You're going to have some of those mishaps. You just can't have too many of them in big spots. So we'll see what Coach dials up here on 4th and long.
Davis County has already converted a 4th down on this drive to keep it alive. They'll have to convert another one 4th and 7 from the Centerville 15, 4:23 remaining in the first quarter. Mater with a straight drop back, has time, fires over the middle, incomplete, and a flag is thrown. It was tipped away by Sam Hash, who got his hand in across the intended receiver, who was Clayton Smith. That is...
We'll just say that we couldn't see what his other arm was doing, and he had a better look. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
But it was a bang-bang play.
It was right at the goal line, as you said, a bang-bang play, and it sure looks like this call will go in the favor of Davis County. So another 4th down, this time converted via penalty. And it's 1st and goal for Davis County from the 7. 4:17 left to go in the opening quarter. Play number 15 of this drive. I only have 15 plays on my sheet, Brad.
Well, we're back to the tight formation, tackle over.
McCall tries the right side of the offensive line, tries to fight forward to the 5, gets stopped just short of the 5 to the 6. A tough yard for Gavin McCall.
Yeah, and Centerville seemed very comfortable playing against that unbalanced heavy set there. We're making some hay when we do the spread because, again, you walk those linebackers out, you can get them out of space, make them play out in space and get our athletes against them. But they're seeming very comfortable when we're a bunch of guys in the box.
If you're Davis County, you want to at least get some points out of this drive as you have taken up most of this first quarter. 3:40 remaining in the first quarter, 2nd and goal from the 6. Handoff is to Clayton Smith, pokes to the right side. I thought he might have had the touchdown, but making the touchdown-saving tackle was Nick Jewett right at the 2. Otherwise, it would have been a touchdown for Clayton Smith. Regardless, it is a 4-yard gain for Smith. 3rd and goal from the 2.
Yeah, it was half a step, just one little juke move away from being in there, but that was a good play in space by number 70.
3rd and goal coming up for Davis County. Ball resting at the 2-yard line. Centerville looking to make a goal line stand on the opening drive of the game, which now has taken 9 minutes out of the opening quarter. Stacked formation behind Mater. He takes the snap, hands it off McCall, runs left side, into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. A 2-yard touchdown round for Gavin McCall, and what an opening drive for Davis County.
That was really impressive. Again, you used the word methodical, very balanced. They went from the power sets to the spread sets, mixed in some run pass, had a couple calls go in their favor, and sometimes you need those bounces to go your way, and man, did they there. They had some big conversions, 3rd and 4th down. Great opening drive for the Mustangs.
McCall with the 2-yard touchdown run. He is also in to try to tack on the extra point.
Yeah, I think we may be missing some personnel on the left side of our line, so we'll see if this can.
The kick is away.
Looks like it's.
It's off.
Shoot.
The upright. Right crossbar. The upright on the right side. So, our score with 2:52 remaining in the first quarter: Davis County 6, Centerville nothing. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Your best choice for groceries is Brothers Market in Bloomfield, where they treat you like family. They are proud to offer Best Choice branded items. While you're here, check out the awesome selection in their meat department and make sure and find something for your sweet tooth in the bakery. Don't forget to check them out on Facebook or visit their website at shopbrothersmarket.com. Stop in and see them today at Brothers Market in Bloomfield, where they treat you like family.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
How about this for an opening drive, Brad? 16 plays, 64 yards, 9:08 off the clock. That'll put some hair on your chest.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
If you would have asked me that before the game, I'd have said no way. For a first game of the year, the amount of mental focus and all the things that have to go into play to make that happen. First game of the year out of the gates. Impressive.
Davis County 6, Centerville nothing. The Big Reds set to get their hands on the ball for the first time tonight. McCall ready to put toe to leather. Kellen Johnson, one of the backs deep for the Big Reds. There's a run up and the kick. A high spinner that comes down to Johnson at the 20. running to the middle of the field to the 25. He's at the 30 and stacked up and dropped by McCall, who got his nose in there, and he is down at the 34.
Yeah, that was a good stick. Gavin, the kicker, first one to make contact, and I'm not surprised because, again, he just has that instinct and he loves to hit.
He is a man that is not afraid of contact.
Absolutely
that is
not.
For sure. So for the first time today, we'll see Centerville take the field on the offensive side. First and 10 from the 35. Back to throw is Wardlow, rolling to the right, under pressure, fires off the hands of the intended receiver up the far sideline. Wide open was Nick Vannebecker.
Yeah, fortunate there because he was kind of in scramble mode, found a receiver on the far sideline.
Yeah.
We had a missed tackle here. We did a nice job containing. I believe that was, I think it was Mater from the linebacker position that came in to keep contain. The trailing defensive lineman missed a tackle, and he had a guy open in space and just missed him off his fingertips.
Timeout called by Davis County, their second of this first half. So we will step away for 30 seconds and be back after this. Davis County 6, Centerville nothing with 2:37 left to go in the first quarter on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
First Iowa State Bank takes pride in this place we call home, and we strive to show our community support. The faces you see when visiting our branches are the faces you see across the table when discussing community projects, eating lunch in a local restaurant, or on the bleachers supporting our students. The way we serve looks different today. We are still working behind the scenes to support and care for our communities. We are eager to move forward with you and once again embrace all the things that make this place so special. First Iowa State Bank, proud to be your partners today, tomorrow, together. Member FDIC.
You're watching Mustang football on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Everything good, but it ain't sweet, no.
10 for Centerville from their own 35. This is only their second offensive snap of the game. Pass is incomplete. He was looking for Kellen Johnson, Wardlow was, on an out pattern on the near side, short of the 40-yard line, but the second straight incomplete pass for Centerville brings up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, we had some confusion there on our defense. They had a receiver on the far side that was completely uncovered. The corner was coming in looking at number 2. Safety was just getting out there. So, again, we're fortunate right now that they're not keying on some of those mental errors, but we need to get lined up properly so we can play some defense.
Wardlow takes a shotgun snap. Screen set up under heavy pressure. Pass is intercepted at the 40-yard line. What a play. It was Caden Glosser who picked it off on the far hash. Looked like he dropped back in his zone, and he was able to read the eyes of Wardlow and pick it off.
Yeah, and the quarterback
diving.
It was beautiful interception, and the quarterback felt the pressure coming from both in front and from the backside. Had to get rid of it quickly, and when you do that, sometimes you make decisions when not quite seeing the entire field. Great play by an experienced player, Caden Glosser.
What a start for Davis County. Opening drive touchdown. Now the defense produced a turnover, courtesy of the interception by Caden Glosser. And with 2:26 remaining in the first quarter, Davis County will look to add to their 6-0 lead. And I do believe Centerville called timeout this time.
Yeah, kind of the understory to that drive, too, is how taxing that is on the defense, of Centerville. Because not only is it hot, it's humid, or just feels, kind of stale, but when you're in that power set and you're just grinding, that takes a toll. So they did a nice job kind of bending but not breaking, but at the end there, that just over a long drive like that, that could pay huge dividends all night in just what that physically takes from you. Early in the season, conditioning is tremendously important, and when you just get, pounded on methodically like that for a whole series for 10 minutes, that could be a big story of the first half. So a big shout out to our coaching staff for throwing in a huge wrinkle that I didn't anticipate. You always know there's going to be some. But for Coach to anticipate that they wouldn't have schemed for that, they did a nice job defending. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But just that constant grind over 10 minutes wore them out at the end there, and we were able to stick it in. So a big, nice job of putting a game plan together and executing that game plan by our team and our coaching staff.
2:26 remaining in the first quarter. Davis County starting their second drive on the Centerville 40 after the Caden Glosser interception. Davis County lines up with, let's see, that's Reeves, who's on the right side, actually they're looking like they are disorganized a bit. Lynch to the far side now with Reeves, Glosser, and Zittler to the near side. Snap to Mater, who hands it off to McCall. He bounced off a tackle but got driven back all the way back to the 49-yard line. That's a loss of 9, a huge loss there. That play didn't look like it was looked pretty disastrous from the start, Brad.
Yeah, I was kind of watching some of the perimeter guys out here, and so I didn't see exactly who came through to make the play. But again, when you got 3 down linemen and you got 4 backers, you're always sending somebody. Somebody got through there. And when it's early in the season like this, I can see our linemen communicating with each other. Sometimes that miscommunication happens. Somebody gets missed. Guy came through, and we're lucky that ball didn't end on the ground.
2nd and 19 from the 49, and my goodness, I don't think you could be even more offside than Ajak Nogi was, as the linebacker just sped across the offensive line while the offensive line was still in the 3-point stance. So an obvious offside against Nogi.
And we'll take a few of those yards back that they just gained, and that's the kind of the chess match that our coaches are going to play with them, because if they're going to be going off our cadence like that, well, then they're going to mix up the cadence and draw them offside. That one was just a sprint.
Yeah, that is already the third.
Nice stiff arm there by Mater.
Against Centerville, and Mater on 2nd and long kept it as he ran to the near side, and he gets escorted out of bounds at the 46. That's a loss of 2, making it 3rd and 16 for Davis County.
But a stylish -2, because he had a nice stiff arm as he was scrambling to try to gain positive yards there.
A minute 28 remaining in the first quarter. Davis County 6, Centerville nothing. Our only score of the game has been a 2-yard run by Gavin McCall on the opening drive of the game. Davis County ate up 9 minutes, 8 seconds on their first drive. This is their second time touching the ball, looking to take advantage of an interception. 4 receivers will be out for the Mustangs. Mater with a straight drop back. The pocket holds, fires it deep down the far seam, and it's incomplete. Caden Glosser was the receiver in the area around the 20, but he was well covered, and that ball was overthrown as well.
Yeah, and I don't know if he ran the route that Mater expected him to there. Again, actually had good blitz pickup there by our back in the backfield. I think that was McCall. Looked like Mater was expecting to kind of run, like a flag route as opposed to a post, and I think Caden stuck to the seam a little more than Mater expected. So not quite on the same page there. Again, little things you expect to happen. Just got to get them ironed out.
Mater stayed out in the field. McCall dropping back, however, so I'm going to assume that McCall is going to kick this one away. Kind of an unconventional punt formation that they have. And there's a snap to McCall, and the kick is away. Bouncing inside the 20, inside the 10, rolling to the 6.
Yeah, nobody deep there for the Reds. You knew that they were probably going to punt it there. It's kind of a safe punt formation type thing where you could fake it, but in that position, don't know why you would, but they didn't have anybody deep. They were in a safe defensive return and good field position if you're a Mustang.
So Centerville pinned deep here late in the first quarter. They trail Davis County 6-0. Centerville with an interception on their opening drive. Davis County with an opening drive touchdown as they look to beat Centerville for the first time since 2014. Wardlow's in a shotgun, 2 wide receivers to each side, and Davis County, about 3 Mustangs jump early across the line, and that'll be a free 5 yards for Centerville.
Yeah, so a little payback there. Mixed up the cadence a little bit. Again, you kind of get lulled to sleep, and again, just smart free yards when you're going on 2 or going on 3, just to jump offsides and get guys pulled over.
Well, and especially when you're pinned, you hate having
penalties
like that. Interception! And taking it for the touchdown, Caden Glosser. 2 interceptions. This time it's a pick 6.
Wow.
Wardlow with the play action, and he acted like he was going to run. Threw at the last minute, but Glosser, Johnny on the spot. When's the last time you heard of somebody getting 2 interceptions in the same quarter and taking 1 back for a touchdown?
Right, no. I mean, it's this great. And again, by him, good experienced player, got a lot of playing time last year, contributed a lot as a freshman, so you're seeing that experience come through. He did a nice job of just kind of playing space, just close enough to make that quarterback feel uncomfortable. He tried to loft it over him. Glosser with the athleticism just pulled that thing down, and, man, he'll never have an easier touchdown on defense than that. He just was in space by himself, took it in the end zone. Huge couple plays from Caden Glosser, number 2.
another timeout called by Davis County. They are out of timeouts with 1:08 remaining in the first quarter. And it is 12-0 in favor of Davis County as they have come out. Davis County has, and they have really jumped on Centerville. First scoring the slow, methodical drive to open the game, and then a lightning bolt striking as Wardlow throws the interception into the hands of Glosser, who runs it into the end zone, and a touchdown on the offensive end, touchdown on the defensive end. Good start for Davis County, Brad.
Yeah, and last year was just the opposite. If you remember, we were the victims of or producing the turnovers and the victims of those turnovers, and this year we're the receivers of those. So far, so good. As you mentioned, we had to burn all 3 of our timeouts. It looked to me like we were going to line up in a formation, but you could go for 2 or, kind of like a swinging gate to pull everyone back in to kick it.
Sure.
But with missing that first extra point, I kind of expect if you burn a timeout, you're going to go for 2.
And that's exactly what head coach Scott Murdoch intends to do. 3 receivers to the left with 1 to the right. Mater in the shotgun, 2-point conversion attempt. Fade pattern for Reeves, and pass interference called in the end zone. Merrick Matthews looked like he had good coverage on Reeves, but in the eyes of the back judge, it was a bit too overzealous.
Yeah, and okay, they're calling holding on the defense. All right, I thought I saw somebody move on the offensive line, maybe a hair early, so I wasn't sure if he was going to call that or not. Some hand play going on, and definitely felt that it was not legal hand play by the defense.
So half the distance to the goal will take it to the 1. And let's see how Davis County lines up. Zittler and Glosser to the right. Reeves is lined up tight to the left.
Yep, so they got that unbalanced left, that power formation to the left.
I formation, play action. Mater to throw to the corner of the end zone. What a catch by Glosser on the right side. How did he come down?
I don't know, but
he
came to play tonight, did he not?
Goodness gracious. 14-0 Davis County after an acrobatic catch in the right corner of the end zone by Caden Glosser. We'll be back with 1:08 remaining. Davis County, good start for them, up 14-0 on Centerville on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free, no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Everything good, but it ain't sweet, no.
Davis County 14, Centerville nothing, and a bit of a squib, maybe a fake onside. The ball is loose at the 45. A pile of humanity, and whose ball is it? Davis County football.
Goodness.
Scott Murdoch calls a surprise onside. Up 14-0 with 1:06 left to go in the first quarter. And Davis County right back on offense.
Wow, you just got to love the aggressiveness. And Gavin McCall, the kicker, is the one that came out from the bottom of the pile. No surprise there. He got a good wrestling background, and he's just a tough kid. Stuck his nose in there, went and got it. But wow. I'm going to go back to that 2-point conversion because Mater, had 2 guys kind of draped on him as he floated that ball up and put it in a spot that only Glosser could go get. So credit to him for, again, not getting too anxious as a young player would have done with that experience and that confidence to kind of hang in there, let the play develop, and put it only where Glosser could get it. And we come right back, and here we are on offense yet again.
Goodness gracious.
Still the first quarter.
Yeah, still the first quarter. 1:06 remaining in the opening stanza. Davis County 14. Centerville nothing, and the delay of game called against Davis County. You got to be careful on a momentum swing like that. Everybody's excited, but you still have a job to do out there, and you got to get the play off.
Yeah, and there's a lot of game to be played, so we've been up before. A couple years ago, we mentioned
up by 2 scores. Yeah.
And you kind of have a lot of momentum going, but you have to continue to execute, do your assignments, focus, because there's still a lot of ball game to be played.
Now at midfield, 1st and 15 for Davis County. 3 backs behind Mater. And the handoff is to, that's Clayton Smith, who fights forward to the 44. Beg your pardon, it's a 46, so that's a gain of 4 for Clayton Smith.
Yeah, to get out of that unbalanced set, so we're seeing it both right, unbalanced. You have guard, tackle, tight end, and both right and left we're going to it, but not always handing off. Sometimes Carson's been rolling out of the backfield, but a definite nice wrinkle that forces the Centerville coaching staff to have to adjust on the fly. Again, good job by our coaching staff putting together a nice scheme thus far.
Under 30 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. 14-0 Davis County. 4 wide receivers will be out for the Mustangs. Glosser, Reeves, McCall to the left. Lynch is to the right. Smith is the back behind Mater, who is in the pistol. He takes a snap, looking left, snaps off a pass to the hash, and with the catch is Reeves to the 41. That's a gain of 5, and that should be the last play of the first quarter. It'll be 3rd down coming up after this break. And what a first quarter for Davis County. A long opening drive touchdown and then an interception return for a touchdown for the Mustangs. They lead Centerville 14-0 as we head to quarter number 2 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Yes, the great outdoors is wide open. So why not make the most of it? Expand your family's freedom with the off-road's best. Like the only built-in GPS that doesn't require a cell connection. And group tracking that lets you spread out and stay together. Upgrade your ride for as little as $5 a day. Polaris. Think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Who won't stop us now? Who won't stop us now?
Davis County, as we begin the second quarter, actually the beginning of the second quarter will be halted by a flag that has been thrown. The call is a false start against Davis County. So it turns 3rd and 5 into a much more difficult 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and as you pointed out, we got to kind of refocus. You got that energy. You know, you got that good positive feeling going. We got a good thing happening here. We have just momentum in general. Mm-hmm. But those types of plays there, you start stacking them up, and they're only 1 or 2 plays away from being right back in this. So you have to kind of mind your mental focus and remind your buddies next to you, hey, let's buckle down here and focus.
3rd and 10 from the 45. They need to take it just across the 35 for first. They play it safe, handing it off to McCall, running to the near side. And he is taken down by Briar Doherty at the 45 for no gain. 4th down coming up. And looks like it'll be punting time for Davis County.
Yeah, and as we were talking on break, the last time we punted really set up that interception because the Centerville Reds had their backs against the wall from the punt. They were in safe punt formation, got them pinned down deep, and that helped set up that score on defense.
The formation they have, Davis County does, forces Centerville to not have a back. And McCall once again punts it, takes a bounce at the 15, inside the 10, inside the 5, and it comes to rest.
Yeah,
at about the 3.
You still typically put like a free safety back there just as your kind of center fielder to be prepared for that so that you don't lose so much field position. If nothing else, you catch it and fair catch it so you don't lose many yards on the fly. So they're going to have to adjust that. I'm not going to give them too many secrets on that, but that's no secret. You got to put the free safety back there just to be prepared to field that and at least quit the roll.
Centerville's 2 possessions in the first quarter, interception, and then an interception got taken back for a touchdown.
Yeah, and they're pinned deep here again.
Sawyer Wardlow, as they are in the shadow of their own goal post, 1st and 10 from their 3. And taking the handoff across the 5 to about the 7 is Bradley Watts. So a positive gain for Centerville. Make that a 4-yard gain for Watts.
And that was a good tackle, and I'm not recognizing this name here, Hoyt.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try that last name, but good tackle there, Hoyt. If I have the right number, they're 32.
Thought maybe you ran into him in the halls of Davis County Middle School or something.
No, I don't recognize that name, so I'm not sure what his background is, but a really nice play there. Wrapped the guy up by the ankles and came from deep, maybe a linebacker safety position, made a nice tackle. After a long game, but again, you need your safeties to make those plays when they make big gains.
2nd and short after a Davis County penalty was called, and there's a pass. First complete pass by Wardlow to the 20. And that's Kellen Johnson with the catch at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, so you can definitely tell the Reds are picking up the pace here a little bit and playing with a sense of urgency.
And now a handoff to Watts again. A good yardage up the middle. Across the 25 to the 28. And so an 8-yard gain for Watts. And Centerville moving fast, going tempo.
2nd and 4 for Centerville.
Yeah, and running a lot of what we expected, the 2x2 and quick hitter, quick handoffs. A lot of, like you said, fast tempo.
Yeah, Watts fought away from the arm tackle of Trey Armstrong and was able to fight forward to the 30. Just a yard short of the first down is Watts.
And they're going to be able to take advantage of us having no ability to stop the clock because we have no timeouts left. So they're going to play this up tempo and try to, regain momentum and wear us out a little bit. And there, see again, we jumped off sides.
Yep, that was Tatum Bish, who jumped across the line for Davis County. They'll mark off the 5-yard penalty because of the offside to the 35-yard line. Third, make that the 4th penalty against Davis County so far tonight. And a fresh set of downs for Centerville. 1st and 10 from the 35. Wardlow with the straight drop. Guns it down to the far seam, and he had Kellen Johnson open, but Wardlow overthrew him at about the 40 of Davis County.
Yeah, Zittler looks like he's a half a step slower, steps limping a little bit at the safety position back there. He's normally has some pretty good wheels, but I think he's cramping right now, something we expected to see. So he's going to go to the sideline right now and work that cramp out.
Wardlow looking to the sideline. Centerville has 3 wide receivers to the left with 2 to the right. 9:31 remaining in the second quarter. Davis County with a 14-0 lead over the Big Reds. Watts coming into motion. They hand it to Watts, but he is gobbled up in the backfield and dropped. Reading his keys and not getting fooled. Trying to see who that was. That was Clayton Smith.
Looked like it was number 11, Clayton Smith.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's put on some size. You can see that he's bulkier than he was last year, and he had a good season last year too at linebacker. And made some good plays. Gavin McCall was kind of the key, but here's a screen over the middle.
Set up on 3rd and 13. Watts catches it out the middle inside the 40. His knee was down at the 43. He needed the 45, so he is 2 yards short of the first. 4th and 2 coming out. You're a minus territory, yet you're down 14-0. Matt Kovacevic quickly deciding to go for it on 4th and 2. And another offside penalty against Davis County. Oh, goodness. I think that was Trey Armstrong that was Spencer Bowes.
Yep.
Yeah, Spencer Bowes that could not hold his water. And on 4th and 2, the offside penalty gives Centerville a fresh set of downs to the 48-yard line of the Big Reds.
Missed an offensive false start there, I believe.
Watts with the handoff, and he gets ankle tackled right at midfield. That was Gavin McCall that dropped him. Watts almost got loose, but McCall was able to grab him by the ankle and bring him down after a gain of 2.
Yep, Smith again was right in there, so our linebackers are in the mix every play, something that you want to see on defense. Quarterback keeper.
Yep, that's Wardlow fighting away from a tackle. He lost the ball. And was he down, or is it a fumble? Or
must have called him down.
Say he was down. No, Davis County football. That was the most casual fumble call I've ever seen.
Yes, it was.
Wardlow got popped at about the 45, and he fumbled. Davis County recovers at the 44, so that is 3 possessions, 3 turnovers for Centerville. This time they cough it up via the fumble.
Yeah, and we were on the far side of the field from where that happened. You saw the fumble. I didn't even see it. It was kind of casual play over there. It looked like going for it. Didn't see a whole lot of scramble, but Mustangs come up with it. Again, a big fortunate turn of events because they had a good thing going. They had the momentum, the tempo, but a complete reversal of what was happening to us last year in this exact same position. So good job by the defense of the Mustangs to bend, made some mental errors with penalties.
1st and 10 from the 43, screen pass, but Mater threw it at the feet of the running back McCall at the 40-yard line, so an incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and you can see guys with their hands on their knees, they're dragging a little bit. So all that grinding that first series took, it's going to take it out of both teams. You can see a lot of hands on the hips and sucking air out there, which is something to expect on a hot night like this, game one.
7:48 remaining in the second quarter. Davis County 14, Centerville nothing. A 2-yard run by Gavin McCall and an interception return for a touchdown by Caden Glosser are the 2 scores. 4 receivers out for Davis County, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Another screen pass set up for Clayton Smith. Flag is down, and Smith is down in midfield. That looks like it's coming back.
Yeah, going to get a holding call.
And it is holding against Davis County. So that would have been about a 7-yard gain. Instead, put Davis County in a pretty big hole as they look to take advantage of that Centerville fumble.
Yeah, penalties starting to rear their ugly head here for the Mustangs. Again, when you're tired and you have no timeouts, no ability to stop the clock other than incomplete passes
Change
or
the possession.
penalties.
Yeah, penalties
which
too.
you don't want. But unfortunately, we are committing at this time. That's what happens when you get tired.
So that penalty takes Davis County all the way back to the 33. And now a pop on the far side.
Yeah, 44, who has a pretty good engine. We saw him come barreling through earlier, off sides. But again, quite a good engine on him in there. Yeah, just stuck Smith out in the flat on just a little bit of a float pass out to the right flat. Good stick by him.
And Smith lost 3 yards on that play.
So he's a senior at number 44. That was a very nice play. Good read, good drive through the hit, and good clean hit.
3rd and 33 for Davis County. Not many plays for a third of the football field. They just handed off, and another big hit by Nogi as Gavin McCall. Actually, no, that was Clayton Smith.
Again, the recipient of 2 big hits by Nogi.
Yeah. No gain for Smith, TD11, and this time I think Davis County might drop back to their traditional punt formation. Nope, they go back to lining people out wide, but this time Kellen Johnson drops back deep for Centerville. McCall gets it off. Good boot. High, spiral, and it comes down to Kellen Johnson. Fights away from a tackle at the 40. Midfield. Sidesteps a tackler at the 40, and he is down to the Davis County 36-yard line.
Wow, big Spencer Bowes with an open field tackle, touchdown saving tackle there. So good job by him because he was the last line of defense and made a good open field tackle as a big man. That's hard to do on a skill guy, but he got him down. Great field position for the Reds here, though.
Yeah, best starting field position for Centerville thus far. They start off at the 36 of Davis County with 6:10 remaining in the second quarter. Davis County leading 14-0. And as Davis County looking to beat Centerville for the first time since 2014 in the pennant game and bring the pennant back to Bloomfield. Looks like we might have a timeout called by Centerville. So, yeah, it seems like the coaches, and you could be a lot more liberal with your timeouts in the first half, Brad, but it does seem like the coaches are trying to use the timeouts to give their players breathers because, like we've mentioned many times, it's a hot night out there.
It is, and we were, unfortunately had to use ours early to kind of get guys lined up. Those things that you expect to happen, but you just hope not to have to burn them boom, boom, boom like we did in the first quarter because now when you need them, here to get your guys breathers, we're fortunate to hear that Centerville is also needing a timeout because, again, it is hot. And this, sometimes even in these really, really hot games, officials will give guys just water breaks too, because it is hot. And guys will get dehydrated, and it can kind of get dangerous. So I don't know if that was an official timeout or if Centerville called it or not. But anyway, regardless, you're right. You got to get guys hydrated just to keep everybody safe in hot nights like this.
Right. Centerville still looking for their first points of the night. 3 possessions, 3 turnovers for the Big Reds thus far. But they start off with their best field position of the night. 1st and 10 from the Davis County 36 with 6:10 remaining in the second quarter. Down 14-0. Wardlow, who's thrown 2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, is in the shotgun. He fakes the pitch, now runs it up by himself to the left side, puts down his shoulder, and has a first down inside the 25 to the 24, a gain of 12.
Yeah, and you could see him kind of reading what those outside linebackers and defensive end was going to do on that pitch, because it wasn't like it was going to be an option. It was almost going to be like a open sweep, but he was reading the outside linebacker to see what he was going to do. He bit, and he kept it.
On 1st and 10.
Same exact thing here.
The pitch to Watts, running wide to the far side, and a nice open field tackle by Gavin McCall at about the 16. And that'll be a gain of 7 for Watts. 2nd and 3 coming up.
So it's just kind of a little bit of a spin on the option play where you're kind of watching somebody in space to see what they're going to do. If they're going to bite on the tailback so you can keep it. This is almost just like a slow playing sweep.
Wardlow in the shotgun. Watts is to his left. Trips to the right for Centerville with Kellen Johnson, the lone wide receiver, to the left. Davis County with 3 down linemen. Handoff, Watts running up the middle, and there for the tackle is McCall, but not before Watts was able to get the first down, a gain of 5 to the 11.
Tackle made by Gavin McCall. 4-yard pickup brings up 1st and 10.
So Centerville moving things along as they look for their first points of the night. False start on the wide receiver on the far side. I believe that was Johnson, who holds both hands to his helmet.
Yep, they were trying to draw the defense off there. I think it went on 2, and receiver forgot. Had a little mental lapse, and we'll take the 5 yards if you're Mustang here.
1st and 10 from the 15. Actually, 1st and goal now from the 15. A pitch to Watts, and he lost his footing. But there to help him go down was Caden Glosser down to the 16. What kind of half has Glosser had so far? 2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, and there a tackle for the loss back to the 16.
Yeah, you can tell he's put on quite a bit of size himself. So these guys put in some time in the offseason in the weight room because they all look, getting older, but they put some time in the weight room too because they got some nice looking arms for football players.
Wardlow back to throw, guns it over the middle, wide open Johnson, and he comes down with it. Touchdown Centerville. Johnson was wide open on the near seam, and he made the leaping catch in the end zone despite the hit that he took from Coe and Piper. And Centerville on the board, looking to cut Davis County's lead in half.
Yeah, it looked like maybe some confusion there in the secondary from the Mustangs. But credit to the Reds for putting a drive together here. Had a good punt return. Number 1, Kellen Johnson on that punt return did a nice job of waiting for his wall to get set up the good field position, and they took advantage of that short field.
And now the extra point. It's away, and it is good. 3:54 remaining in the second quarter. Centerville back in this game as Davis County's lead has been cut in half to 14-7. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Attention Southern Iowa, do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
A 16-yard touchdown pass from Sawyer Wardlow to Kellen Johnson for Centerville has gotten the Big Reds on the board. in the opening game of the season, the pennant game between Davis County and Centerville. Davis County leading the Big Reds 14-7 now, with 3:54 remaining until halftime. Davis County had all the momentum, Brad, and yet Centerville is just down by a touchdown.
Yeah, we hurt ourselves there. We got up, and I think we kind of took our foot off the gas pedal for a little bit there, and had some penalties and mental errors kind of sneak in to give them opportunities that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise had. And then they took advantage of a short field on a nice punt return. So here they are, right back in it.
Kellen Johnson to kick this away for Davis County. 3:54 remaining in the second quarter. A low squibber bouncing at the 22 and just going down to a knee to collect it was Bish for Davis County at the 22. So good safe play. That was a bouncing ball. Just get on that and just retain possession.
Yeah, because it ricocheted off the lineman's leg, and that one's a live ball, whether it hits somebody or not. So good job again by the Mustang there to jump on it and just live to give the ball to the offense.
Davis County hasn't really moved the ball on offense much since that opening drive where they went 16 plays, 64 yards, taking 9:08 off the clock. So they really went into that bunch formation, really relied on the run game. We'll see what they do with 3:53 remaining until halftime. Now their lead cut in half, 14-7. Looks like they go 3 wide, actually make that 4 wide, 3 to the left with 1 to the right. 1st and 10 from the 22 with McCall in the backfield. And McCall gets the carry running straight ahead. Has a running room at the 30. He's at the 35, running up towards the far side and slung down at the 49-yard line. A 27-yard gain for McCall on first down.
Yeah, and he is a strong kid. He's just got a good center of gravity. He's short, he's squatty, he's strong, and he's a tough guy to bring down. So it took everything they had there for two of those guys to bring him down. Conditioning is going to be a big part of this game, and I think that's why we're seeing a lot of the lack of offense. I think our guys are worn out. We're trying to get something going here. Probably a lot of them are thinking I need to get to halftime because we have no way to stop the ball, stop the clock. But a good play there on first down out of the Mustangs.
1st and 10 from the 49 for Davis County, coming into motion, and now a flag thrown before the play got going. And this looks to be like another pre-snap penalty against Davis County. A false start against the Mustangs takes them back 5 yards to the 44. Penalty number 7, Brad.
Yeah, and you can just see we're worn out. We're tired, and again, it's hot, and it's a game 1 of the season. A lot of the time in this early part of the season in practice, you're putting in your schemes and your play, especially when you have a new coach and you're throwing some wrinkles in there. Conditioning will be a factor all night, and it has been here thus far.
1st and 15 from the Davis County 44. Handoff McCall running straight ahead. Actually, that's Clayton Smith bouncing off tacklers, running over Johnson inside the 45 to the 44. Goodness gracious, that was a man's run.
Yes, it was, and it's very nice to have those two options back there. Again, you can tell his frame is a lot different than it was last year. He's always had the athletic ability, but he's got the frame with him now, and man, did he take that frame and put his shoulder down and bowl over a guy there after breaking several tackles in the backfield, something we saw his counterpart back there, McCall, do quite a bit. Clayton Smith says, just wait a second, don't forget about me.
A 12-yard gain for Clayton Smith, and now Centerville jumps offside.
Yeah, we're just trading blows here. These guys are all tired, rightfully so. It's just stale out there. You can just see it.
It was 2nd and 3, and because of the Centerville offside penalty, that gives Davis County the fresh set of downs to the Big Reds' 39-yard line. They lead, Davis County does, 14-7. With 2:30 remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, they're starting to stack up a few penalties. I don't think they have 7 or 8 like we do, but they're getting at least half of that. So mental focus and conditioning can be a big part of this.
Smith again.
Yet another flag
is thrown, and this one appears to be holding. The umpire threw that one. Smith got tackled at the 40.
Yeah, we're getting tired. You start getting tired. Again, I went back to earlier in the game. We talked about footwork. Sometimes footwork is not your first step isn't always good. So you get a little handsy, get outside your pads and start grabbing guys. Those officials can see those hands get outside the pads and they start calling those holding penalties. That time was the case there.
8th penalty against Davis County. So if there's one thing that went wrong for Davis County, it's definitely the penalties. On defense, they forced 3 Centerville turnovers. Gavin McCall has a touchdown on the ground. Glosser has an interception return for a touchdown. Now they stack 3 backs behind Mater, who is under center. 2 tight ends in the game. Now they spread it out. 5 wide, 2 to the left with 3 to the right. Mater looking to the sideline. Clock winding down inside of 2:10. Left to go until halftime. Quarterback draw, Mater. Fights away from a tackle, still on his feet at midfield, stretching across the 45 to possibly the 44. Gain of about 5. Yeah, we'll give him 5 to the 45. That'll make it 2nd and 15 for the Mustangs. Mater looking towards the sideline, and Davis County looks like they're content with holding on to the lead and going into halftime. Not really being, because we got about 1:35 left, Brad. So you gotta be careful. You don't want to be too aggressive here.
Right. Yep. You don't want to be too conservative either, because that's when you can get lazy and make a turnover. So
Mater with a fake. Rolls to his right now, comes back to his left, has running room, and a convoy with the name of Gavin McCall as he goes that out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Oh, they didn't call it.
They did not call that.
He was out of bounds for 2 yards.
Hit, but no call. Regardless, a 15-yard run by Mater, just a yard short of the first down. Mater doing a little improvisation there.
Yeah, and man, there's a lot of guys out there that are tired after that, because that was a long play. Guys trying to sprint back across the field. Guys on the defensive side trying to pursue for a long time. There's a lot of tired boys out there. I think there was some good popping going on there, too, as they were cutting back across the field.
3rd and, I want to say 3rd and inch. It's not much. 3rd and a smidge, we'll call it.
No, these boys are playing through quicksand. They are tired.
Mater to throw. Far side to Glosser. Fade pattern. He caught it. Reached for the pylon.
Oh, my goodness.
Touchdown.
What
a catch by Caden Glosser.
That ball couldn't have been thrown any more perfect either. He put it in a spot where only Glosser again could go get it. Man, that ball was up there a long time. Glosser obviously in good conditioning, because he had no problems being crisp on that route. That was one of those, kind of a fake post to the flag route. Back behind the corner. Beautiful ball by Mater, and what a great catch again by Glosser.
A 30-yard touchdown pass from Mater to Glosser.
Just as we thought we were kind of starting to see some things slow down, and they kind of set that up, right? I mean, they showed that they were just going to kind of.
It was third and 1, Brad.
Right.
Everybody thinking, okay, you're just going to run it ahead. Keep eating clock. Instead, they go for the jugular, and Scott Murdoch rolls the dice.
And a great spot to do it in, because you're just thinking, they're going to try to go for the first down, maybe continue to run the clock out. Well, not that time.
It is 20-7, Davis County, with 1:08 remaining until halftime, and looks like the Mustangs are mulling over whether or not they want to go for 2 or kick the extra point.
Actually, I see a flag down on the field right by where Coach Murdoch was at, so I wonder if they had too many guys in the box on the coaching staff, or if they're giving a warning.
Nope. Sideline warning. Yeah, a sideline warning. Oh, no. Unsportsmanlike against Centerville.
Did I just see him motion ejection?
Yeah, I saw him motion the thumb, saying, all right, somebody got ejected. And now head coach Matt Kovacevic of Centerville is out about the far hash wanting an explanation.
Interesting. Yeah, I missed that, and all the big play happening on the far side of the field. Something obviously happened back behind the play or after the play that I didn't see. But I'm pretty sure I saw him signal somebody got the boot.
Yeah. Like we said, we don't know who got the boot.
Nope, and the officials are still communicating with the head coach of the Reds on the far side of the field.
Okay, this is interesting. If it's unsportsmanlike conduct and it's after the play, shouldn't the ball be at the 1.5-yard line and not the 3? Because the ball is spotted at the 3.
Yeah, and maybe they're still sorting that out.
Maybe.
Or maybe the Mustangs have the choice of either applying it here or on the kickoff.
Good point.
Potentially.
Good point. Regardless, it is Gavin McCall in to kick the extra point. The snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is away, and it splits the sticks. 1:08 left to go in the second quarter. A 30-yard touchdown pass from Mater to Caden Glosser. And our score, Davis County 21, Centerville 7. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers, call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Now we up now. And when we touch down, it's a touchdown. Ain't no new crowd. And it's us now.
Davis County 21, Centerville 7. In the opening game,
official started marking out the penalty in the wrong direction.
Yeah, okay. That's where I heard the whoa, whoa,
Yeah, you heard the whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay.
And he's smiling out there. He knows, hey, it's hot for us too. We're running around.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get to halftime and
props to the
recharge.
Props to the officials, by the way. I mean, they don't get a break.
Right.
At least some of the players get to come to the sidelines every once in a while. But
you know, as much a hard time as we give officials, I've appreciated the fact that this crew has gotten together, conversed over things, and gotten it right. You know, whether you're always going to have a difference of opinion when you got two different sidelines that are looking at things differently, but they've done a nice job of getting together. The head official's done a nice job of getting his crew together and having conversations to make sure they get the calls right.
So McCall is ready to put toe to leather. The ball is at the Centerville 45. McCall with the kick, a high pop-up kick. Coming down to an up back at the 15, running to the far sideline and taken down at about the 24. See, running that one back was Stills. I'm sorry, Caden Sales.
8-yard return,
First and 10, Centerville from the 24. Centerville did score a touchdown on our last possession, a 16-yard pass from Wardlow to Johnson. They're going to have to go hurry up with only a minute 2 left until halftime. Wardlow ready to throw, and he finds his man on target to Cade Mosley at about the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 14 and a first down.
Alex Lynch on the tackle for the Mustangs. First and 10, Centerville from their own 39.
I actually think that was Cohen Piper on the tackle. Yeah, it was number 20, Cohen Piper. I heard the PA announcer say a different name, but that was Cohen Piper making the tackle and keeping him in bounds. So, again, the clock is ticking down to
45 seconds
40
left.
seconds.
Blitz coming, and a drop pass at about midfield on the seam. Johnson dropped it. He caught a very difficult pass for a touchdown earlier in the quarter, but he dropped that easy one with nobody particularly around him.
Yeah, and you can see his head turn upfield, expecting to make the catch and then run. Well, he started running before he secured the catch. Had a lot of green to work with if he had made that one, so fortunate break for the Mustangs.
Second and 10 from the 39. Wardlow to throw again. Throws it over the middle. Intercepted! Cohen Piper at the 45, the 50. Gets a couple of blocks. He's at the 40. Still on his feet at the 30. Running to the far side. Angling towards the sideline. Inside the 20. Inside the 15. And with 22 seconds left, he gets taken down at the 13-yard line. Another turnover for Davis County.
And again, I mentioned before the game there were a couple names that I was interested to see what they would be able to contribute as sophomores. We mentioned Tayton Bish, Cohen Piper, another one. And they're a big play on defense from the safety position, kind of playing back in center field. Quarterback lofted over the middle, trying to make a home run, Hail Mary type play. And there was Cohen waiting.
So with 22 seconds here, you can really put Centerville in a hole and get aggressive here.
Yep. You have to be kind of wise about what plays you call. Probably some stuff towards the edge and passing plays. You have no timeouts, no ability to stop the clock other than incomplete passes here. A timeout here taken by Centerville.
A timeout called by Centerville. So Davis County threatening once again, courtesy of another turnover. Now 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery. So 4 turnovers for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and even though it's not categorized as a turnover, you have the big onside kick. So we'll kind of get into that later, too.
How about
the balance in all of the offense, defense, special teams here. We'll talk about that balance as we think back about the first half.
Yeah, we'll most definitely discuss that at halftime. There's a lot to discuss. And just Before we even head to halftime, just you have to be impressed with Davis County's performance thus far.
Yeah, and again, we kind of hit that lull where we were, you could tell we were tired. We were looking like we were just trying to bide our time to get into the half.
Yeah.
Then we come out with a 3rd and short and a big strike to, again, Caden Glosser from a beautiful ball from Carson Mater. So a lot of wrinkles, a lot of surprises, and again, a good game plan here from our coaches who weren't willing to just settle going into halftime because they could have easily done that, right?
Oh, sure.
Got the first down, run a couple times, and ran it down, and Centerville would have been very happy with that, I think. They got a little aggressive on the other side of the ball, threw one up, and here we have an opportunity right before half.
3 receivers to the left, Glossers to the right. Mater looking for Glosser, slant pattern, cut for the touchdown, Mustangs!
Wow.
Caden Glosser!
He will never forget this game, and why would you? What a half. Well, again, what a beautiful slant pass from Carson Mater. Great first half himself, but not to be overshadowed at all.
Goodness.
Caden Glosser, both offense, defense, he's all over the place.
Caden Glosser, 2 touchdown catches and an interception return for a touchdown. As you said, a game for the ages.
Yes.
For the junior.
This will be one where on Huddle he makes sure he goes and he saves for a long time this clip because, man, this is a performance being put on tonight. We're in the first half still. What a huge turn of events we had there. And that got through.
For McCall. That got through somehow.
Yes, it did.
And it's good. 18 seconds left in the second quarter. 28-7.
8-7.
Wow. Davis County. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal. And what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. See for yourself what See First can do for you.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Davis County with a 28-7 lead over Centerville. 18 seconds remaining until intermission. McCall set to kick this one away, and what a first half for Davis County thus far. And here comes McCall with the kick. Low line drive towards the sideline, and looked like Johnson tried to wait for it to go out of bounds, but it stayed inbounds, and then he gets ankle tackled. Johnson does inside the 20.
Let's try to see who made that tackle. Look at number 8, Easton White, junior Easton White, who I don't believe was out last year. Good play there by him. He's got a wrestling background, and it showed there he had him by his ankle, and he was not letting go.
So Centerville with the 1st and 10 from their own 18, just 11 seconds remaining here in the first half. Bit of a Jekyll and Hyde performance thus far for the starter. Sawyer Wardlow has a touchdown pass, but also has 3 interceptions.
I'm kind of surprised they're not just going to take a knee here just to survive at this point.
I'm a bit surprised, too. Wardlow wants to throw. Looking, guns it deep down the middle of the field into heavy traffic, tipped around, and that was almost intercepted. About 2 Mustangs had a shot to catch that one. Griffin Weber was the intended receiver at about the 45, but looked like it was both it was Lynch as well as Ziller had a chance to pick that off.
Yeah, and taking some unnecessary risk here, in my opinion, you know, from a coaching perspective, that you don't need, you've got a quarterback who's thrown some interceptions already. His confidence is probably already a little shaky, and then you throw that. I don't know if that's needed at this point because, again, we've had some good returns when we've intercepted those. So you're there, he's taking the knee.
And now the knee is taken, and that will take us to the half. And the Mustangs sprint back to the locker room.
Yes, what a half it was.
What a first half for the Davis County Mustangs. They lead Centerville by the count of 28-7 in what has been, well, surprising, but if you're a Mustang fan, a good surprise up to this point. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll start our halftime show as we have a lot to talk about, Brad and I, as Davis County has jumped out in front 28-7 in the annual pennant game as Davis County looks to win the pennant back for the first time since 2014. This is Davis County Football on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
This is Milo Wells, your pharmacist and owner at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. When you need prescriptions, stop in and let our team take care of you. If you're on a current customer, I challenge you to ask a friend or neighbor that comes to our pharmacy if they are satisfied with the professionalism and small-town customer service we pride ourselves on. We provide a higher level of pharmacy care with the same copays as other pharmacies in the area. Let us sync your medications to help save you time with once-a-month pickup at Wells Hometown Drug next to CarQuest in Bloomfield.
Hi, I'm Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. Whatever project you're working on, we have what you need. From shingles, new windows, siding, plumbing, or even nice new Milwaukee power tool. If we don't have it, we can order it. And if you need professional advice on a project, we're always happy to help. While you're here, check out our Makerspace building. Make plans to stop out every month on second Saturday for lots of vendors on hand. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start to finish lumberyard.
This is Lisa Bell. Hey, all you Davis County Mustang fans. The agents at Northside Insurance are just like you. We support the Mustangs too. We're proud to live in Bloomfield, where we help families like yours with auto, home, business, farm, and life insurance. Get the professional coaching you need to win at life. Give us a call at Northside Insurance in Bloomfield and Centerville today, 664-2362. And go Mustangs! Nationwide is on your side. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio, subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
This is Chris Myrtle at Hamilton Produce. We have what you need to keep everything on your farm or in the shop in working order, including a full line of cattle chutes and calving equipment. We are also your best source for the most competitive prices on LP gas. Check out our full line of Carhartt clothing and dry shod boots. And did we mention we now carry Orca coolers as well? Hamilton Produce, your one-stop shop for all your farm and hardware needs, just off the square in Bloomfield or on the old Brick Plant Road in Ottumwa.
Hi, I'm Eric, owner of Spillman Auto Parts. We have thousands of used parts that would fix that annoying problem with your car. Dennis, Gary, and John are ready to take your call and save you money. You can also check out our eBay store and buy parts directly on our website at spillmanauto.com. And don't forget to check out our great selection of rebuildable cars, trucks, and SUVs. We look forward to meeting you at Spillman Auto Parts in Bloomfield.
Go Mustangs!
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
And welcome back to Mustang Stadium, the home of the Davis County Mustangs. Opening game of the season, independent game, where Davis County leads Centerville by the count of 28-7. And you want to talk about setting the tone, Brad. Let's talk about that opening drive by Davis County. Centerville won the toss. They deferred. Davis County got the ball, and then they didn't relinquish it. They had the ball for 9 minutes, 8 seconds, a 16-play, 64-yard drive, a couple of key fourth down conversions, a questionable pass interference call in the end zone as well. That went the way of Davis County. All that led to a 2-yard run by Gavin McCall. Talk about how that opening drive really set the tone.
Yeah, I mean, it was taxing, right? I mean, it really set the tone. It was, as you said, methodical. It was purposeful, and it was well planned by this coaching staff all along, knowing, the strengths from previous years of Centerville and maybe what they weren't expecting. So forcing them to make those adjustments right away. And not only that, but just, that pounding, which really taxes you any week, let alone on a week when it's this hot.
Now, Centerville got the ball back after over 9-minute drive. 2 incomplete passes. The third pass was intercepted by Caden Glosser. Davis County couldn't quite take advantage of that, but they managed to punt and pin Centerville deep back at their own 6. And that proved to be key because on the second play of that drive, Wardlow threw another interception. Caden Glosser again caught it, but this time he was able to take it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and when we were on break, we were talking about balance. We brought that word up before. We had good balance, not only offensive balance from the Mustangs. We saw some wrinkles offensively that we weren't expecting, that unbalanced guard, tackle, tight end set. But we saw balance out of the scheme. You saw balance in offense, defense making plays, special teams coming up big, as you pointed out, the punt, the onside kick right after the first score. So, again, good balance out of the Mustangs, and those are the things that you have to have. You have to have contributions from every level, and they got it first half.
After the first touchdown, the extra point was missed. So they went for two after the second touchdown, Davis County did. Caden Glosser, I don't know how he caught that ball. Half of it is the wide receiver making a really, really good play. Half of it is the quarterback putting it where only his receiver can make the play. So credit to both Mader and Glosser on that two-point conversion in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, again, a big special teams play after a miscue. Early we had to burn some timeouts to try to get guys lined up to create some of those scoring opportunities. So I guess it's kind of an investment that was worth it because it panned out, although we were tired there, but so was Centerville. But you're right. You have to have the perfect ball. You don't want to turn it over there. You put it only where Glosser could go get it. Good body control, good arm control, feet control to know where the out of bounds was. What a first half out of Glosser. He will not forget anytime soon.
That made it 14-0 Davis County. Centerville got the ball back, and then they fumbled after really getting a little bit of traction. They got a couple first downs, but then Wardlow, the quarterback, fumbled on a keeper. Davis County got it back. They could not quite take advantage, and so Centerville was able to. And that's kind of where we thought, Brad, because we had the surprise onside after Davis County went up 14-0. We had the two interceptions. One was taken back for a touchdown and the fumble. Those three early turnovers, only 7 points was converted by Davis County out of those three turnovers, so it kind of felt like a missed opportunity at the time.
Yeah, there were some of those, and we've been on the other side of that many times. We were on the other side of that 2 years ago.
Sure.
Last year we had the turnover bug bite us second half that kind of widened the gap that Centerville had over us first half. So we have to stay committed to taking care of the ball, to execution of our plays, and guys staying on those blocking assignments to keep this good thing going because – they're a high-powered offense. They have a lot of history of big plays. They like to spread guys out, so they can come back in this easily if you start letting your guard down.
So it was 14-0 Davis County. Centerville finally was able to get some traction on their fourth possession, and it was because of a good punt return by Kellen Johnson to the Davis County 36. And then just 3 plays later, Sawyer Wardlow was able to find Kellen Johnson in the end zone. A nice leaping catch by Johnson in the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, and that was the first time that Centerville had actually put a guy deep because we were kind of in an offensive formation where we could have potentially gone for a play. They didn't have anybody deep, so special teams was working in our favor there, and field position was working in our favor. That was the first time they put anybody deep, and Johnson did a nice job of letting that his wall form for him. And a good athlete. He made some good athletic plays, made some guys miss, and scrambled to a good field position, which they were able to capitalize on.
You bring up a good point because that was the third time Davis County lined up in that formation to punt. The previous 2 times, they were kind of in the middle of the field. So in the back of your head, you could think, well, they could go for it, they could not. When you're pinned deep, back at your own 30 or even at 25, I believe it was, and you go to that formation, you're not really trying to fool them because you're not going to go for it when you're that deep in your territory. So I guess it didn't really make Centerville fear the fake, so they just put Kellen Johnson back, and like you said, a really good punt return by him.
Yep, they did. So everything to that point, special teams-wise was in our favor. They kind of flipped that on us. They flipped the field position on us there, and they, again, were able to put one in the end zone.
So Davis County got the ball back, and they had to punt. Centerville ended up getting the ball, and you felt like the momentum was with them because Davis County jumped out to 14-0. Centerville cut it to 14-7. They overcame their rough start with those 3 early turnovers. But then again, and you mentioned the man who made the interception towards the end of the half, Cohen Piper, he said that's the guy you were looking out for. He made a great play on the interception for Davis County to turn the momentum again.
Yeah, and you got to, when you're still trying to build a program, which we got to give some credit to Ken Anderson for doing that last year and bringing a different look to the Mustangs than they'd seen before. New coach here, Scott Murdoch, trying to build on that momentum. And did some nice things last year. So again, we were kind of interested to see what guys might contribute from the sophomore level that we hadn't seen before. And we had 2 names, and I was kind of interested to see where Cohen might fit in, and he did fit in.
So then Davis County got the ball back. There was under 2 minutes left. They got a first down, and then the drive started to stall. but you saw tire penalties. You saw jumping off sides on both teams, a holding call almost short-circuited Davis County's drive. But they managed to get it 3rd and 1 at the Centerville 30 with about a minute 18 left. And you kind of thought, okay, well, if Davis County gets his first down, then maybe they can eat up the clock, take it into the halftime. No big deal. They're up 14-7. That's good. Scott Murdoch decides, no, we're gonna stay aggressive. And a beautiful pass from Mater to Glosser, a fade pattern far side. Glosser was able to reach the ball out to the pylon for the touchdown. Which was the better catch? Was it that fade pattern for the touchdown, or was it the 2-point conversion? Because both were just excellent.
They were both spot on, and so that just goes back. You can tell those guys have put a lot of time in the offseason, not only in the weight room, but also just on those types of things. I mean, that's the only thing you can get that type of chemistry is by just repetition. Yeah. So great job by not only the coaches for having the guts to call that in that spot when it looked everything was pointing towards, hey, let's just get to halftime. So good job by them to call it. They set them up for it. Even better execution.
So you thought that it was over, and you thought that Davis County was just going to take it to the locker room with a 21-7 lead. But then Centerville turns it over again, and Davis County was able to actually it was a fumble on the kickoff. That's what happened, and then Davis County was able to. They had the ball at the 12 with about 22 seconds left, and my goodness, another touchdown pass to Glosser from Mater, and just Glosser to Mater, just a magical connection. It happened again.
Yeah, it just felt like you couldn't blink because it was just like, man, they were just just clicking on all cylinders when we just everything kind of took a little bit of a lull there for a while we were trying to catch our breath. We burned all of our timeouts early to try to limit mental mistakes and take advantage of some potential miscues and try to keep those miscues from happening. So, yeah, you just couldn't even blink because it was just happening so quickly. So, again, what a great finish, just a flurry of a finish the way we kind of started the first half.
And that made it 28-7, and that's the score that we have now here at halftime. So let's take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, I want to ask Brad about his impressions of the first half and how can Davis County keep this momentum and win the pennant back for the first time since 2014. This is Davis County football on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
When it comes to the safety of your children, be sure to make the right choice when they start driving. At the Right Choice Driving School, they treat each student like family and do their utmost to provide each student with the necessary information and techniques to become a lifelong, safe, responsible driver. Sign up for driver's education today and you can start tomorrow. They are open to students in all Iowa districts. Go to therightchoicedrivingschool.com today for more information. Proud sponsor of the Davis County Mustangs.
Yes, the great outdoors is wide open. So why not make the most of it? Expand your family's freedom with the off-road's best. Like the only built-in GPS that doesn't require a cell connection. And group tracking that lets you spread out and stay together. Upgrade your ride for as little as $5 a day. Polaris. Think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski. The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Bob Lawson and his team at Nutrient Ag Solutions, where results in your field are always their first concern. We have what you need working order, including a full line of cattle chutes and calving equipment. We're also your best source for the most competitive prices on LP gas. Check out in Bloomfield or on the old Brick Plant Road in Ottumwa. Live coverage of the Davis County Mustang.
Yeah, if you have.
It's a 28-7 lead over Centerville at the halftime break. Ellis Coach are joined by Brad McCloskey. Parker Stevens is our on-site producer. Allison Walker is our producer back in Ottumwa. So 28 to nothing. I'm sorry, 28-7. Davis County leading Centerville. I guess what are the keys for Davis County to keep this lead and to win the pennant back for the first time since 2014?
I think the key is balance. We saw balance on multiple levels. I've already pointed it out, but if you're just now kind of tuning in, we saw balance by grade level. We saw sophomores contributing. We saw juniors contributing. We've seen seniors contributing. We've seen balance on offense, defense, special teams. We've seen execution on offense, defense, and special teams. So, I mean, those are the keys. Again, this game's pretty simple when you really break it down. It's guys making their individual assignments more times than the guys across from them. Yeah. So you got to execute those opportunities, and when you have opportunities, bounce your way, try to take advantage of them. So those are my keys, balance and execution.
Centerville will start this half off with the ball, trailing 28-7, and it's just one case where they really couldn't get on track in that first half. They had one touchdown drive, but lots of turnovers, 2 interceptions, actually 3 interceptions, and a fumble as well. So 4 turnovers against the Big Reds in that first half. That really proved to be detrimental to their chances. But they are a proud team, and they have beaten Davis County since every year since 2014, and it's one of those things, Brad, where Davis County is going to have to earn it. Centerville isn't going to go down without fighting.
Yeah, and we saw what happened when we kind of got a little bit lackadaisical there in the middle of the second quarter, late first quarter, early second quarter, when we took our foot off the gas, started making some silly mistakes, got a little bit too comfortable, and our coaching staff kind of was quick to remind them, hey, there's a lot of game to play here, guys. Listen, do not let our guard down against these Reds.
So Centerville and Davis County back out in the field. Davis County leading 28-7 as we get set to start half number 2. McCall has the ball on the tee. Mosley and Johnson back to receive for Centerville. And McCall making sure his teammates are ready as it gets set to put boot to leather. Second half is underway. Low line drive kick. Bouncing into the breadbasket of Johnson at the 20, the 25, running up the middle to the 30. Still on his feet at the 40. Dancing around and brought down at about the 47-yard line.
Yeah, really nice starting field position for the Reds there. Good return. Didn't see a lot of Mustang down the field there, so obviously had good blocking up front, but great starting field position if you're a Centerville fan.
So Centerville looking to stay out of their own way here in the second half, I should say, after 4 first-half turnovers. One of the main reasons why they trail 28-7. Wardlow has 3 interceptions. This time he hands it off to Watts, running to the right, and he escapes the arm tackle of McCall before he was able to be finished off by Glosser at about the 47-yard line of Davis County for a gain of 6.
And that's kind of one of their bread and butter running plays. I saw that a lot last year as I went back and looked at tape. You had 2 guys pulling, both a guard and a tackle from the left side there, so kind of a counter to the tailback out of the shotgun from the quarterback.
2nd and 4. Wardlow with a quick pass off the hands of Johnson. He had first down yardage at the 42, but he dropped it on the near hash. And that's another thing, some drop passes by Centerville as well.
Yeah, you can see he's athletic. He just is kind of turning his head upfield before he's securing the ball. A guy that just wants to make a big play afterwards. You see that a lot. Just got to secure it first. And
Offside.
Another penalty already here.
That looked like that was McCall. His helmet went across the line, and that's all you need. Another 5-yard penalty against Davis County. And if Davies County does win this game, I know they'll be happy, but that is now 9 penalties against the Mustangs.
Yeah, and free yards, when you already have good field position, got to kind of watch those, obviously, to play the field position game.
1st and 10 from the 42. Quick pass, tipped and almost intercepted. Looked like a miscommunication between Mosley, the wide receiver, and Wardlow, the quarterback. And there to almost intercepted was that man again, Caden Glosser.
Yeah, he's all over the place, and I got his paw on that one and just about reeled that one in. So he's all over the place.
Glosser already has 2 interceptions in this game. He has taken 1 back for a touchdown. 2nd and 10 from the Davis County 42 with 11:20 remaining in the second. Make that the 3rd quarter. Handoff to Watson. Nope, it's a keeper by Wardlow. A nice fake by the quarterback Wardlow as he takes it across the 35 to the 34. That'll be a gain of 8, and 3rd and short coming up for Centerville.
Yeah, nice job by him, but keeping his eyes up. You could definitely tell he was reading what that outside linebacker was going to do, whether he was going to keep that or hand it off to his tailback. Kept it that time, and a good decision. Good play to put him in 3rd and short here.
3rd and 2 from the Davis County 34. Trips to the left with 1 to the right. Watts is to the left of Wardlow. A straight drop back for Wardlow. Firing up the far seam. Pass is tipped away and intercepted. What a play by Easton White. He got his hand up as he was falling down.
Yeah,
and was able to tip it away.
Looked like they just got their feet tangled up. I do see the coaching staff on the Centerville sidelines upset, but I think, he was going for the ball. They just got their feet tangled up. I don't believe there was a penalty there, and a good no call.
4th and 2, and Centerville wants to go for it. Ball at the Davis County 34. Centerville needs the 32 to continue to drive. And a timeout called by...
Good by Centerville there.
There you go. Centerville does call timeout with 10:42 remaining in the 3rd quarter. A big 4th and 2 coming up. Let's step away for 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Who won't stop us now?
Wardlow on the keeper on 4th and 2. He'll have first down yardage inside the 30 to the 28-yard line, a gain of 6 on 4th and 2, and a big 4th down conversion by Centerville keeps the drive alive.
Yeah, and another nice job by him, again, keeping his eyes up. That's a true read. He's reading what that linebacker's doing on the outside. Decided to keep it and convert the first down himself.
1st and 10 from the Davis County 28. 10-10 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Davis County 28, Centerville 7. Wardlow back to throw. Far sideline. Passes intercepted. It was tipped to himself, and then he caught it. Going up the far sideline. Still on his feet as he fights his way back to
Dawson Townsend, number 9
Townsend
there.
Makes the interception. The 4th interception thrown by Wardlow. There is a flag down, however. Holding called on Davis County. My goodness.
But I think it's after
on
the interception. I believe it was on the return.
Okay, gotcha.
I believe it was on the return. A great play by looked like the safety back there, Dawson Townsend, a guy whose name, I don't know if he was even on the team last year. I don't recognize that name.
I didn't see him on the team last year.
But a good play. You could just see he was reading the receiver, reading the quarterback. We'll see how this one turns out, but I believe it was after the interception occurred.
Now, Townsend, what he did, and I noticed that, is that he kind of did like the trail technique, and he was looking back at the quarterback the entire time. So he knew as soon as Wardlow threw the pass, he reacted to the ball before the wide receiver did.
Yep, and his eyes were on him the whole time, and he played the receiver, kind of squeezed him to the sideline. And as you said, he had both eyes looking, a good job of sinking, and a good athletic play. As you said, he kind of tipped it to himself, made the play, had a good return, but unfortunate break on the block in the back. But nonetheless, we'll take the ball,
Turn
1st and
over
10.
number 5 on Centerville, and now they try to pound it with McCall as he goes up the middle across the 25 to the 26. A gain of 4 for Gavin McCall, who already has a touchdown run today on the opening drive, and that'll give him 39 yards on 10 carries so far. So some kind of tough sledding, but thanks to some short fields, Davis County hasn't really had to pound out many drives since that first opening drive.
Yeah, and a lot of the handoffs that he's taken this year are not as much with the spread offense as we saw last year. A lot of it more is those tough sledding yards, as I think you kind of pointed out of the unbalanced kind of double tight or more of a stacked front.
Boxcar trips on the near side. Low snap to Mater, but he corrals it. Throws it far side. Gloucester's open. Leaping catch at the 40. At the 35, trying to fight away from a tackle. Still on his feet at the 30, and finally slung down at the 30-yard line.
Well, he's just one-on-one out there. I mean, just a fade route. One-on-one. Carson put the ball again. Gloucester's got good speed. You can see that. He was 2 or 3 steps on the corner before the corner could even get turned, and Mater took some heat, so he got a little bit under through it, but Gloucester still with the athletic ability went and got it on the fade route and just refused to go down. So how many yards did he get after the
44.
catch? So 44 total, and about 5 to 7 probably after the catch, dragging the corner with him. So, man, he's tough to guard, and he's athletic out there in space.
And now here comes that bunch formation we saw in the beginning of in the opening drive of the ball game.
Flags, whistles,
stop the play.
False start.
And another false start against Davis County.
Yeah, so those guys are rolling in there. They're ready to go put pads on pads and helmets on helmets.
They're ready to hit somebody.
They are. They got a lot of energy, a lot of momentum going. And so you can't blame them a bit, but they got a little bit of a head start there.
8:47 left to go in the third quarter. Davis County with the ball, up 28-7 on Centerville, looking to beat the Big Reds for the first time since 2014. Mater has 2 touchdown passes in this game as he leads the Mustangs back out of the huddle. 3 backs behind Mater, who is under center. Handoff McCall, running right, and some more tough yards as he got about 2, perhaps 3.
Yeah, you got a lot of bodies stacked in that box there when you've got no receivers out, so all those linebackers are stacked. You got everybody in the box, and those are hard yards.
Yeah, give McCall a 3-yard gain to the 32. And that'll make it 2nd and 12 for Davis County.
When you got Gloucester out here again in a one-on-one formation.
Yep.
Trips right. He's a single receiver to the left.
And
moving out there.
There was a wide receiver. I believe that was, I think that was Reeves. No, beg your pardon, that was Smith in the slot. That moved early, and they weren't going to call it, but then head coach Matt Kovacevic was in the linesman zero on the far side.
Yeah, quick to point out there were some rolling starts going on out of those receivers. We could see it from here,
and
too.
It was a good call.
Yes, it was.
Did see movement.
Yep, by at least 1 receiver, if not 2.
Right. Penalty number 11 for the Mustangs in this game.
It seems like they're still really just leaving one-on-one coverage on Gloucester was something I'm surprised about.
Mater to throw. Screen pass set up. It's thrown, but hit immediately was Clayton Smith. Good job sniffing it out.
Yep.
That was Bradley Watts. And no gain on that catch by Smith. Bring up 3rd and 17 for Davis County.
And you can see the Reds linemen as they're feeling like they're being just passed through easily. They're pumping the brakes, so they've seen that play several times now.
I was going to say, they've run that screen pass, so I think this is
2
like
or 3,
4,
or maybe 4, you're right, several times, and they weren't fooled on that one.
3rd and 17 from the Centerville 37. Another screen pass set up. Swung out to Smith. Hit in the backfield and dropped. Lucas Henderson. Drops him for a loss back to the 44. That's a loss of 7. And 4th and 24 coming up.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a mismatch there. We have a receiver who missed his block. 65, I think he just said his name. Lucas Henderson. Yeah, shed that block pretty easily from the receiver and made a good play in space there. And big, strong linebacker out in space punished our guy there.
So Davis County can't take advantage of the interception. Back to punt this away is Gavin McCall. The punt is blocked. It bounces, and McCall was able to make that Mater. Grabbed it and downed it at the 40, make that the 38-yard line.
Yeah, it's kind of I've noticed that a couple times now that we punted. It looks like we're a little bit lazy and kind of taking for granted that nobody's coming after it. You see just some guys standing up. Well, again, I believe that was 44. Help me with his last name, Nogi.
Yeah.
Ajak Nogi, who's got an engine on him, and his motor does not quit. He looks a little tired, but he's the one that got in there, got his paw on that ball there, made a good pump block.
You were correct in the first half, by the way, Brad, about the water break, because I heard them yell, water, water, water. So they're giving the players chances to hydrate, especially with it being a hot, sticky night out.
Yep, absolutely. So, again, little things like that we just saw there. Guys, you can't take plays off. You got to execute every play, every single assignment, and be sound up front in those blocks, or those plays like that when that's a 20, 25-yard swing in field position had that not been blocked. So just little things like that over a course of a half can add up. So we got to not let our guard down and stay balanced and execute as we had the first half.
6:43 remaining in the third quarter. Davis County 28, Centerville 7. We haven't had any scoring yet here in the third quarter, but plenty of fireworks in the first half. Caden Glosser with 2 touchdown catches, as well as an interception return for a touchdown in the first half. Glosser also has a 44-yard reception in this half, although Davis County was unable to take advantage of that. It's now Centerville ball after that blocked punt at the 42, their own 42. Wardlow keeps it himself, runs it to the middle, and takes it across the 45 to the 47. Tackle made by Easton White. And that'll be a gain of 8.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a kid we want to get out in the open. He has some athletic ability. We've seen him. He throws a really nice ball. It's just
he does.
Kind of floated a little bit on a couple opportunities that have been intercepted, but he's athletic. We don't want to let him get too far out in the open. Here's a counter.
That time it's Watts getting slung down at the 49, but he got 3 yards on 2nd and 2. That moves the change for first down for Centerville. Reeves with the tackle, but Watts has a first down for the Big Reds. Clock moving, 5:48 remaining in the third quarter. Centerville trailing Davis County 28-7. Wardlow rolling left, looking to throw back over the middle. Pass is caught at the 40, the Davis County 35. And at the 30, in an ankle tackle by McCall, finally brought him down. That was Kellen Johnson on the catch.
Yeah, and he's, been out in space and had a lot of space a couple times when he's dropped the ball. That time he didn't drop it, so again, an athletic play by a guy that we don't probably want to see out in space too many more times.
Yeah, you're right about that. A 22-yard pitch and catch. A deep ball this time and almost caught. That went between the hands of Vannebecker.
Yeah, and he
on
had
the right side of the end zone.
He had the defensive back turned around and had a couple steps on him. So the defensive back fortunate there that he didn't get make contact with the receiver because he was beat on that play. And the receiver was, I think he just called his name, was it?
Nick Vannebecker.
Yep, okay, 45.
Yeah.
Had him beat there, so get a fortunate break.
2nd and 10 from the 28. And a keeper by Wardlow running up the middle. Stiff arms a man, and he's taken down by, that looks like that was McCall at the 19. We'll call it the 18. That's a 10-yard gain and a first down.
Centerville kind of finding their groove here a little bit and picking up some momentum. Again, that kind of fast-paced offense, they're not wasting any time. They don't have any time to waste, but they're taking advantage of plays here.
4:45 left to go in the third quarter. Centerville trailing 28-7. Wardlow keeps it again. This time he gets stacked up, and his forward progress is stopped at the 17. Give him a gain of 1. Actually, they might call it at the 18. That might be no gain.
And he definitely has a tendency of not wanting to give it. I think he is reading, but I think he's just wanting to keep it, and why not? He's made some good gains. That time, no gain.
Second and 10 from the 18. Play action. Wardlow guns it over the middle. Wide open man. Touchdown, Centerville. Cade Mosley. 18-yard pitch and catch. The second touchdown pass by Wardlow. And Centerville not going away. Not only down by 2 scores.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about. We knew they had the ability to score, and they have that fast tempo when they want to, and that time they took advantage and put that one in quickly.
And Mosley was wide open in the end zone. They're going for 2, and they're sniffing it out. That was Sawyer White.
Yeah,
Easton White.
Easton White, yep. And a good job by the defense there because he had showed that tendency to want to keep it. Well, they slow played that and just really keyed on him, made him give it, and the defense pursued to bring him down. So good job there to keep him out of the end zone
So
for
the
2.
2-point conversion is no good. Our new score with 4:06 remaining in the third quarter. Davis County 28, Centerville 13. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Everything good, but it ain't sweet, no.
Davis County 28, Centerville 13. Bish and Glosser back to receive the kick from Johnson. As Centerville has drawn to within 15 of Davis County. Low squibber bouncing, and it's picked up by one of the upbacks that appears to be Easton White, coming to the near side at the 40 and ankle tackled. Nice tackle by Johnson at the 49-yard line, but a nice return to by Easton White. And, Caden Glosser is down back at the 37.
20-yard return for Easton White on the kickoff.
And he's not getting up.
They will start 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line.
Yeah, we've called Easton White's name a few times tonight. Good job there, good awareness, confidence. I don't believe he was out last year, so, awareness with the football and what to do with it.
Right.
And decent wheels there.
Main concern now is for Caden Glosser. Looks like the trainer is looking at his right leg. Looks like it may be his ankle, although it is hot, and
Let's
I'm
hope
surprised.
It's just cramping.
Well, I was just going to say that. I'm surprised that we haven't seen cramping yet today, especially as hot as it's been. That's a common week 1 occurrence, especially when it's been hot outside, and this is really the first cramping incident that we can recall. And it really looks like the way they're moving his leg, it may appear to be cramping.
Yeah, and that does not feel good, but let's just hope that's all it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you feel like your leg's about to fall off when you cramp, but yeah, the way they're massaging it looks like Caden Glosser has some cramps, and yeah, it's important to get those electrolytes in you, get the sodium in you to make sure you can make yourself try to protect yourself as much from the cramping as possible. And the bad part of it, Brad, is that once you start cramping, it's kind of hard to recover from that or to continue playing because it might pop up again.
Yeah, absolutely, and it will take a step away from you because it does create some soreness. As much as you want it to, you can work it out. It's going to be there all night for him now, and he's had a lot of playing time, offense, defense, but he's been all over the place. So he's definitely exerted himself, so he needs to go replenish a little bit, get a break, and hopefully come back in the action.
Davis County will start this drive from their own 20, make that their own 48 with 3:58 3:58, beg your pardon, remaining in the third quarter. They lead Centerville by the count of 28-13. McCall is a deep back, 3 backs behind Mater, who is under center. Looks like they are unbalanced left. Mater hands it off to McCall, running up the middle across midfield, twisted down at about the 48. That's a gain of 4 for McCall.
McCall on the carry up to the 48 of Centerville. Pick up a 4.
Yeah, good move here, trying to kind of just burn some clock.
Yeah.
Safe plays, give it to your back who's got good ball security and just, again, good center of gravity. He's low, he's strong. Feed him the ball and see if he can burn some clock here in the third quarter.
That brings up 2nd and 6 for Davis County. Davis County looking to beat Centerville for the first time since 2014 and earn the pennant. They walk up to the line. This is very deliberately. As you can tell, they're looking to kill a little bit of clock. Mater takes a snap. A mix-up. Actually, it's a play-action. Pass is incomplete. He was looking deep for Alex Lynch on the near sideline, near the 30. It looked like a bit of a flag pattern to Lynch, or corner if you want to call it that.
Actually, a really nice heads-up play by him because he kind of became the defender there because there were two Centerville Red players back there, corner and a safety, that actually had a better beat on it than he did. So he kind of became the defender there, and wise play by him to just knock it down.
That looked like a very sloppy play action because it looked like McCall didn't really know it was a play action because he was kind of grabbing at the ball.
Yeah, and Mater kind of ran into him on his drop back, so some confusion there.
On 3rd and 6, Mater guns it over the middle. He's got.
Is that Reeves?
That's Reeves, yeah. Dalton Reeves at the 40-yard line. A slant pass, good for 8 yards, and a first down on 3rd and 6.
Yeah, somebody's name who we haven't called much tonight, but a big target and a big contributor last year in the later part of the season, coming out with a shoulder stinger right now, is Dalton Reeves after taking that shot over the middle. But a good job of securing the ball and taking the hit.
Fresh set down for Davis County. We'll call the ball at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, leading 28-13. 2:28 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Mater in the pistol. Hands it off to McCall. Dancing in the backfield, running forward. Maybe got a yard. Tackled by Lucas Henderson. We've called his name a lot today.
Pick up a 1. Bring up 2nd and 9.
We'll give him a yard to the 38.
Tackle made by Lucas Henderson.
So 2nd and 9 coming up for Davis County. Under 2 minutes left to go now in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and a very deliberate slowdown in play here from the Mustangs. You know, we have some key offensive players on the sideline right now. I'm looking down. I see Zittler. I know that Glosser came out. I don't know if he went back in yet or not. And Reeves came out after taking the shoulder stinger. So, again, a very deliberate slowdown in offensive play here, trying to chew up the remaining 3rd quarter clock.
Stacked backfield. Handoff to the deep back, McCall. Slung down right after he got past the line of scrimmage. Big number 64, Cohen Heisman. He's 5'8", 225, Brad.
He is solid.
Yeah, he has a good low center of gravity.
Yes, he does.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep, he's sturdy.
No gain for McCall. 3rd and 9 coming up for Davis County. And as they deliberately wait, we are under a minute left to go now in the 3rd quarter. 28-13, Davis County. 2 receivers to each side for the Mustangs.
And Glosser is back in the game here. He's one of the 2 receivers to the left, so that's good to see.
Yeah, he's slot to the left. Coming into motion, that's White. Mater with the hard count. Now he looks back to the sideline. White makes it trips now to the right. Mater looking left for Glosser. Throws it deep. Glosser in a hand fight with the D-back, and it's incomplete. Good coverage there by Caden Sales of Centerville, staying step-to-step with Glosser as an incomplete pass, 4th down coming up.
Yeah, and I think Glosser, again, lost a little bit of a step there that he had earlier in the game, rightfully so. You know, he's been all over, but that cramp, you can see, has him a little bit hobbled, so didn't quite have that breakaway speed we saw from him all game. So those little things like that we hope don't add up to too much in this ball game. But, you know, guys are getting worn out, and they're getting tired, and this is where it's going to be gut check time as the 4th quarter approaches.
32 seconds remaining, and looks like we thought that McCall was going to punt, but now McCall goes back to the slot. Now he heads back to punt. You wonder if they would line him up a little bit deeper if he wouldn't get his, because he's had 1 punt block so far. That's a punt that will sail into the end zone for a touchback. So it comes out to the 20 for Centerville with 32 seconds left to go in quarter number 3.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of tired guys out there, and again, rightfully so. It's game 1 of the season. You know, again, when you're putting the scheme together and you're trying to get ready for that game 1 with all the uncertainties and all the other safety measures, you know, a lot of times conditioning is just as you're developing your plays and your scheme. So conditioning is a big factor here tonight, and let's hope we can hold it together for 1 more quarter as that 4th quarter does approach.
1st and 10 from the 20 for Centerville. A pitch to Watts to the near side. He got submarined by Glosser at the 25. A gain of 5 for Watts.
It looks like the Reds are going to try to get at least 1 more play in here before the quarter. There's a second and 5's coming up, but there's 10 seconds ticking down here.
Yep, under 10 seconds left, and you're right, Centerville will look to get this play off. 5 seconds left, 4. Snap back to Wardlow. Blitz coming from the weak side. Pass is caught at the 40 and wrestled down at about the 39-yard line. That's the way the fourth quarter will end. Catch made by, I think that's Kellen Johnson. Beg your pardon, that's Griffin Weber on the catch. So after 3 quarters, our score, Davis County 28, Centerville 13. We'll be back for quarter number 4 on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Yes, the great outdoors is wide open. So why not make the most of it? Expand your family's freedom with the off-road's best. Like the only built-in GPS that doesn't require a cell connection. And group tracking that lets you spread out and stay together. Upgrade your ride for as little as $5 a day. Polaris. Think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski. Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road.
You're watching Mustang football on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
On 104.3 KRKN and streaming online at AtomoRadio.com and the Atomo Radio Group Facebook page.
First play of the fourth quarter is a deep pass to the far side and overshot Kellen Johnson. Wardlow did, and Johnson was open at about the 30 along the far sideline, but as I said, Wardlow overshot him. 2nd and 10 coming up from the 40.
Yeah, and they had trips over there, and I don't know if our defense was aligned properly because I could hear coaches yelling to get over there and cover the trips. Well, they did kind of a slant by the outside receiver to draw the defense in and then to kind of a fade off of him, and he was wide open, just overthrew him by a step or 2.
2nd and 10 from the 40. Whistle stops play. Offside against Davis County.
Davis County.
Oh, boy. Want to take a guess how many penalties that is, Brad?
I'm going to say 11.
You are off by 1. We got ourselves a dozen.
Oh, boy. Let's hope that is it.
Yeah. That makes it 2nd and 5 from the 45. Warlow in the shotgun, takes a snap. Pitches. Oh, it was almost taken away. By Bish. Instead, Watts looks like he might have a first down around midfield.
Yeah, it's interesting to me to see that, that's normally an option, where you kind of see the hand and the palm come up, where this is more of a sweep where it's coming from a lower point, and Bish just about intercepted that
should be
shuffle
first
pass
down.
there.
And it is.
It is a first down, however.
Yep, 5-yard gain for Watts. Moves to 6 for Centerville, and although Davis County has pretty much been in control of this entire game, Centerville hanging around, and with the score here, they can make things very tight here at Mustang Stadium.
Yeah, and we've seen them score quickly when they get that momentum and they get that groove going. Got a quarterback who knows how to throw a good ball. And
1st and 10 from midfield.
Good with his feet.
Keeps it, and he puts the nose of the football forward to the 46 for a gain of 4.
Down to the 46-yard line.
And we have a hurt Mustang on the far side of the field. He's on his back, so we can't quite catch a number to see who it is. And this is the time, Brad, where you really start seeing the attrition start to wear in. And this is really where your endurance gets tested. Opening week, hot night.
Yep. And again, conditioning is a big factor where these guys are going to gain that conditioning in this game because it is hot and they're playing a lot. And you got a decent-sized roster, but again, you're getting contributions from the same guys everywhere.
Right.
For the most part, offense, defense, special teams. So I'm guessing this is another cramping situation from what I'm seeing as the trainer's working on pulling the calf back, pulling the toes back. It still doesn't feel good, but those are the kinds of injuries you can recover pretty quickly from.
You're exactly right. And So Davis County has a fourth quarter lead in the Penn game. They haven't beaten Centerville since 2014. What do you think it's going to take for them to finish off Centerville tonight?
Well, we just got to, if we're going to bend, just bend, not break. We got to limit those big plays and try to, again, limit those big scoring opportunities. And the way they've been scoring is they like to try to get guys out in the open space and throw those plays. They've made some decent yardage by the quarterback keepers, but when they really shoot up big chunks of yards is when they get trips or 2x2 guys out in space and get our defensive backs confused a little bit. So just limit those big play opportunities as much as possible.
11:16 remaining in the final quarter. Davis County 28, Centerville 13. The only points of this half was an 18-yard touchdown pass from Wardlow to Mosley. The two-point conversion was no good. So Davis County has not scored since the closing stages of the first half. And this is kind of like a little break for Davis County. And we've seen them during periods of this game, Brad, get tired. And just little breathers like this kind of are helpful for them, and probably for Centerville too, for that matter.
Yeah, and I don't see it up on the scoreboard, but I think we have all three of our timeouts, or at least two, and you might have it there. But yeah, 3 timeouts like this, although you're dealing with an injury, so not the kind of timeouts that you want. But you're right, you're getting your breath back here and getting a drink. And it was Gavin McCall that was cramping. So a big defensive contributor and a guy, kind of your rock on your linebacking crew back there. Hopefully.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say you're not going to be able to keep him out for long.
No, and he'll go get that worked out on the sideline and hopefully see him pretty soon here. But they've done a nice job of kind of limiting him, but just I'm sure they're keying on him because he's made so many plays in the past, and he's a name they knew what kind of stats he had. They knew where he was at all night blocking, and that could be very well who the quarterback's reading in those zone read situations is him, because he has such a good nose for the ball.
2nd and 6 for Centerville from the 46, trailing 28-13. Wardlow retreats, rolling right. Now guns it deep down the middle of the field. It is underthrown and almost intercepted. A flag is down back at the 10-yard line, thrown by the back judge. And I do believe
I cannot believe they're going to call pass interference on that.
That was uncatchable as all get out. I don't think you could have a ball less catchable than that, but I think you're right. That was Lynch. That was Lynch as the last line of defense, and he did make contact with the wide receiver, and pass interference.
That's hard to call there because, really, it didn't affect the play whatsoever. And the defensive back was the one that wound up on the ground. Like, he's the one that maybe got pushed down. Of course, I'm biased, I will admit, but those are tough ones to call. And this officiating crew's done a nice job. It's been pretty balanced, but wow, another penalty for us. So that makes a baker's dozen.
Yeah, that does make a baker's dozen. And it takes the ball all the way to the 32 of Davis County for Centerville. 1st and 10 from there. Wardlow now rolling left, looking for a man. Pressure coming. He fumbled the ball. And it is still scramble. It's recovered by Davis County. It was Carson Mader that got the sack and the strip. Nope, they're going to say Centerville got the ball back.
Oh, man.
My goodness.
We just missed an opportunity there.
I thought David.
It sure looked like we had a couple chances jumping on it. Sorry for hurting your eardrum there. That was the coach in me.
Yeah. But what pressure. That was a good pressure by Carson Mader.
Yeah, well, you talk about opportunity. That was a missed opportunity there.
So that takes the ball back to the 43-yard line of Davis County. Second and 21. Pass over the middle. Incomplete.
Yeah, dangerous pass there.
In and out of the hands of Mosley. Yes, Easton White was right there.
Yep, Easton White and Clayton Smith both in the area. Number 5 felt that pressure.
Yeah.
Cade Mosley, and again, that one could have gone the other way.
Yeah, and Mosley was heading right into the area of White. So as you said, that was a dangerous pass.
Yep.
After the incomplete pass, 3rd and very long coming up for Centerville. 3rd and 21 from the 43. They need to take it to the Davis County 22 for a first. Wardlow rolling left, throwing behind his intended receiver, Johnson, who I don't think was even looking for it.
Yeah, I don't think he saw the ball. I think he was looking for the air, and it was more of a dart. The lights are kind of getting maybe playing with the ball a little bit in terms of visibility, because it is kind of getting at that point where it's dark and guys are tired, but he definitely did not see that ball at all. I think he was expecting it up, and it was down.
So 10:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Centerville has a 4th and 21, and being down by 2 scores, head coach Matt Kovacevic said he wants to go for it. 2 receivers to each side, Warlow in the shotgun, and they'll get a free 5 yards as 2 Mustangs jump across the line for another offside penalty.
Well, you know what a point of emphasis will be in this upcoming week for the Mustangs. Drills like that, you can work for quite a while just watching the ball. But again, those are little things that you probably didn't have a lot of time to work out as you're trying to put in your foundation.
Now a slightly makeable 4th down. It's now 4th and 16. And actually, Wardlow drops back, looks like a pooch punt, and he does get it away, bouncing, and it goes into the arms of Glosser, and he gets pile-drived at about the 12.
How that punter got that away, I don't know.
Beg your pardon, that was Piper on the return.
Yes, you're correct, it was. But I was saying, I don't know how he got that away because it had no elevation on it whatsoever, and 2 guys kind of ran right by with their arms up, and he squeezed it between them. So I'm sure big conversion in field position there.
I'm sure you've had your arms up before, and then a punt just goes right through you. Like, okay, how did that happen?
Yeah, and that one looked like it went right by the side of one of the Mustang players who had their arms up. Kind of squeezed it between, almost like the uprights, right between the 2 guys, and didn't touch either one of them. And he even short-legged it because he thought it was going to get blocked. But a favorable result for the Centerville fans.
1st and 10 for Davis County at their own 11 as they look to kill a little bit of clock, up 28-13 with 10:37 remaining in the ball game. 3 backs behind. Carson Mader, there's a handoff, and taking it across the 15 to about the 17.
I believe that was
is
Smith.
Clayton Smith, yeah.
And happy to report, I think I saw Gavin in the backfield in the fullback position that time blocking. So but at least he's in the game and, work those cramps out. Really nice gain there on 1st down.
Yeah, gain of 6, making it 2nd and 4. Same formation. Mader under center. A long count. Handoff again to Smith, running straight ahead. Pinballing off a couple of defenders, but not getting much. Maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. 3rd down coming up. A little too early for Centerville to start calling timeouts, but if Davis County gets a couple of 1st downs, then you go to the Centerville timeline, and it looks like McCall is
cramping again.
Yeah, he's limping rather badly as he tries to head back to the sideline. Townsend pops out of the bench and comes in for McCall. And as I said, once you cramp first, it becomes an issue for the rest of the game, and that's going to be the case for Davis County's junior linebacker / running back for the remaining 9:45 and counting of this game. 3rd and 3 coming up for the Mustangs. Ball at the 19. And the Mustangs come out with 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Now they flip it, and they make it trips to the left with 1 to the right. Make that 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Mader under pressure, steps up in the pocket. He'll run with it across the 20. Has a 1st down and more. At the 30, and he gets escorted out of bounds at the 38-yard line. A scramble of 19 yards on 3rd and 3 keeps the chains moving for the Mustangs.
A nice awareness by him there. Again, a lot of experience now at this point. This is his 3rd year, junior. Again, a lot of confidence, a lot of experience there. Good job of just pulling that one down and getting what you can. I'd actually like to see him do some more of that. I've seen a couple times where they've been in that tight formation, where there's either a double tight or a guard tackle, so that kind of a jumbo formation. A couple times I thought the bootleg would be open, so maybe we'll see him here with Gavin not in the game. See him boot a little bit here, and here they are in that unbalanced formation right here.
Smith is a deep back with 3 backs behind Mader. Smith does get the handoff as he tries the left tackle, and he gets dropped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, 2nd and 10.
And Mader, he does have some good wheels on him. So if we're going to see him here, the other guys have been kind of the workhorses all night. He's fairly fresh. I mean, he's thrown the ball around quite a bit. He's played a lot, but I imagine his wheels are intact. So maybe we'll see him out in space as we did on that 1st down conversion.
2nd and 10 from the 37. Davis County in clock killing mode with 8:34 remaining in the 4th quarter. They lead Centerville 28-13. Three receivers to the right with a lone wide receiver to the left. And early movement by Centerville this time. Offside against the Big Reds. Or will they call false start? Let's see. They call false start against Davis County.
False start on the Mustangs. Bring it 2nd and 15.
Well, that is far too many penalties here, especially in these big spots like this.
You're right about that.
Just still over 8 minutes left in the game.
15 penalties now on the Mustangs. That makes it 2nd and 15. Ball pushed back to the 32 of Davis County. Looking to hang on here and win for the first time since 2014 versus Centerville and bring the pennant back to Bloomfield. It's been in Centerville for quite a while.
Yeah, and they are definitely in clock killing mode here. But again, you don't want to get too lazy and forget what your ultimate goal is here.
Mater hands it off to Smith, who gets a yard or two up the middle. He's taken down to the 34, so that's a 2-yard gain.
But we are somewhat limited. I know Glosser's in the game. I think he's still a step and a half slow, but I do see him in the game. But, you know, when your guys start going down, your offensive plans kind of go out the window, so you have to do what you can with your personnel, and can't blame the coaches here a bit for getting conservative. But a lot of time left in this game.
3rd and 13 from the 34. Mater in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers will be out for the Mustangs. Mater looks back to the sidelines. Townsend, White, and Glosser to the right. He looks right. Glosser catches it on the slant. Has that at the 40, but that will be well short of the first down. Just a gain of 3 to the 40. And that really just keeps the clock moving as it's punting time for Davis County.
Looks like Gavin's going to come in. He's well enough to punt. I was just wondering what they might do for backup, but it looks like he's going to gut it out and come in and get this punt off as the clock ticks under 7 minutes here.
Centerville does have all 3 timeouts remaining. No, actually, I think they only have 2 now.
I think you're correct. I think they had to burn one early.
That's right.
As we did first half, had burned all 3 of ours early.
McCall gets the punt away, bouncing at the 32. Now scooped up by Johnson inside the 30. Now back up the field. He's at midfield. And he finally gets wrestled to the turf at the 45-yard line. Good return by Kellen Johnson. He's been a dangerous weapon on special teams.
Yeah, and he had some good blockers out in front of him there. I did see Nogi. You know, he's a big menacing figure, as was 77 Otis Williams. So he had not a many person wall, but a mighty wall out in front of him, 2 people, and they had some steam going, so good return by them.
Plenty of beef on that wall.
Yes, I was thinking that word. I wasn't sure. I'm hungry, so I wasn't sure I wanted to use that word.
6:19 left to go in the 4th quarter. Water break now coming up for both teams as both teams look to stay hydrated, and Brad McCloskey looks to fight off his hangry mode for a couple more minutes.
Hydrate myself here.
There you go. Take a hydrating break there, Brad. You've earned it. Ellis Coach along with Brad McCloskey, along with Parker Stevens, our on-site producer. Allison Walker is back in our Ottumwa studios taking care of the radio side. Great to have you with us on this season opener as Davis County looks to defeat Centerville for the first time since 2014. And they lead the Big Reds 28-13. And really, Brad, it was the first half that's really been the difference in this game.
Absolutely, and we had good balance there. You know, in this game, our balance has been thrown off a little bit because some cramping's going on, and guys are just getting tired, and some other guys are having to get in there and step up. But we have had guys step up because we've called some names tonight, like Dawson Townsend got a big interception. You know, Easton White, we've called his name a few times. You know, we've called some other younger guys' names earlier in the first half. So we're getting contributions from multiple grade levels, and that's going to have to continue to happen here if we want to pull this one out with still 6 minutes left in this game.
So Centerville, you figured, and they've been pretty much operating in hurry-up mode for almost since they were down 21-7. So this is not anything new to them. They're going to be in hurry-up mode as they need 2 scores to at least tie this game up.
Yeah, and that conditioning is going to come into play for them, too, because in that hurry-up, that's taxing to them as well. So you can hurry up all you want to, but when your guys are tired and you can't execute, it's not that big of an advantage.
1st and 10 from the Davis County 46. A pass on the near side is caught. Ball came loose, but I believe Griffin Weber was down at the 33-yard line, and don't know why the referee stopped the clock. Oh, because of the
Moving
first
the chains.
down, obviously. Yeah. Gain of 13 as Wardlow hit Weber. That makes it 1st and 10 from the Davis County 33. Under 6 minutes left to go in the ball game. Davis County leading 28-13. Pass to the far side, and on the out pattern, looked like that was Mosley that couldn't keep his hands on it. And good coverage by Caden Glosser. Glosser's coverage really made that pass much more difficult.
Yeah, and he's playing from the linebacker position. We saw him more out of the safety position last year, corner a little bit. But, with his size that he's put on and his speed, even though right now he's a little hobbled, still nice awareness in space, and just that pressure that he's put on all night. He's everywhere. Surprised they're even going at him.
2nd and 10 from the 33. 5 wide receivers out. Wardlow tries to roll to his right. He lost the ball, and it's recovered by Davis County. White with the recovery. Smith with the sack. Turnover number 6 on Centerville, and that might be the nail in the coffin.
Well, yeah, for as many penalties we haven't had that. We haven't had as many turnovers, and if any, have we had one? No turnovers. So, that really is the difference in the game. Yeah, we have had toe-stubbing moments, where we've had penalties. Those are things you can work on next week and really talk about and tweak. Turnovers, those are hard to recover from, especially 6.
Yeah.
And, sorry, but, think about the other one that didn't count as a turnover, the onside kick.
Onside
so,
kick. Yeah, you're right.
Lots of opportunities to put the ball in the offense's hands, and we've had really significant long drives that flip the field if we haven't converted. So
that was a big change of possession, that onside kick back in the first half.
Yeah, and here, again, a huge momentum shift after they've had some good momentum going themselves.
1st and 10 for Davis County at the 40, but delay of game against Davis County. We've seen it before, those big momentum changes, and the Mustangs are slow to get that next play off, and that cost Davis County another 5 yards. Penalty number 16 against the Mustangs.
Mm-hmm. But again, if we can pull this one out, those are things you can look back on and say, yeah, we'll work on that.
So the line of scrimmage is back at the 35. Handoff, and Henderson hits Smith immediately in the backfield, and he drives him down a yard behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
I would love to see Mater pull one of those, because it's at this point they've got to be kind of lulled to sleep.
Everybody is keying on the deep back.
They are, and just keep that one on the hip and go, just to kind of get the field flipped. I get you don't want to get your quarterback hurt in this kind of position here. You want to give it off to your workhorses, but we may be forced to, as we're 2nd and very long here.
5:08 left to go in the ball game, and the handoff is to McCall, who's checked back to the ball game, and he gets dropped for another loss. That time is Nick Jewett on the tackle for Centerville.
Tackle made by Nick Jewett.
So that pushes them back to the 33-yard line. 4:45 now left in the ball game. Davis County 28, Centerville 13. And as we said in the last drive, Davis County content with just letting the clock melt away. The clock is their friend right now. 3rd and 16. Mater looks like he wants to put it up. Guns it over the middle, and the pass is caught. Catching it on his knees at the 40 was Easton White. And that is a 6-yard gain to White. Not enough for the first down, however.
I think they called it incomplete because they
okay.
Initially called it complete, but I
thought I saw them spot the ball, but yeah, you're right, they did call it incomplete.
I think the middle judge came in and overruled it and said, nope, that one, because the far side judge was blocked. Good job again getting together. I think they got that call right.
So it's punting time for Davis County. 4:07 left. McCall, a high spinner, bounces at the 40. Johnson will not touch this one, and it comes to rest at the 34-yard line. So just under 4 minutes left to go, 3:59. Centerville down 28-13. And Centerville, who has 6 turnovers in this game, gets the ball back, but they need to score 2 times, and they need to score quickly.
Yeah, and one of those scores is going to have to be a 2-point conversion on top of it, because they're down 15. So they have some work to do, but we've got either a timeout or a water break here.
Yeah, I think we got ourselves a water break again.
But they have the offensive firepower to do it, so we don't
Yeah.
want to give them
Most
too much
definitely.
of that momentum to even think that they have a chance. So
Yeah.
we'll continue to bend and see if we can maybe come up with another turnover here.
So next week, we'll be back here at Mustang Stadium, and Davis County will be taking on Albia, and that will be a rematch of one of the more fun games that we did last year, where Davis County jumped out to a 24-0 lead, and then they had to hang on for dear life as Albia came roaring back.
Yep.
And if you loved points, you loved last year's game. The final score 59-49.
And the last 2 years have been fun because I remember at Albia 2
That
years
triple
ago.
overtime
Yep,
game,
we were in some kind of, remember that little shack they had us in a hunting blind
Yes.
that I was referring to it as? Great game. I remember we were up there too, and I remember some really interesting punt formations and punt calls in big situations to try to convert first downs. And, man, we were in every bit of that. We had them on the rope. So, we pulled one out last year, and that'll be an exciting matchup again next week.
Yeah, and they have a prolific attack. They could put up points in a hurry. So they still feature a Blake Chance at quarterback, who's a really good basketball player, but he's a pretty decent quarterback as well. So we're looking forward to that next week. In the meantime, Sawyer Wardlow drops back to throw, firing to the right sideline, and he couldn't quite get it to Kellen Johnson at midfield. Threw it behind him. And that brings up 2nd and 10 from the 34.
Yeah, we're still dialing up some pressure, too, because we've actually brought at least 2 guys from out here. One of them looked like a corner blitz. So keeping the pressure on him because they know they're going to throw, keep him uncomfortable, make him get that ball out of his hands quickly because he can, if he has time, put it on the spot.
Wardlow in the shotgun with 2 receivers to each side for the junior quarterback. He drops straight back. And the screen pass set up for Watts at the 40 to 45. Squirts between a couple of tacklers, but he couldn't keep his feet at the 47. And it's a gain of 13 for Watts. And head coach Matt Kovacevic was hopping mad because they didn't really stop the clock after that first down.
Little home field advantage.
Yeah, a little home cooking with the clock.
Works both ways.
Most certainly does. First and 10 from the 47. Wardlow now a slant to Johnson at the 40. He's loose at the 30. Going up the far sideline. 20, 10. Brought down at the 7. This is not over yet.
No, it is
and
not.
gentlemen.
And that was kind of like almost a screen because I think they had trips out here, so the 2 receivers got out in front, and we called it a rocket screen when I was in college. I'm not sure if that's what they call it here now, but it was kind of a bubble come back around from the outside receiver screen, and a big receiving gain there from the Reds.
44 yards to Johnson.
Big one.
Yeah. Wardlow rolling left, finds a man, touchdown. Griffin Weber in the flat. Catches it, turns up the field, wide open, and Centerville only down 28-19 with 3:14 remaining, so some work is still yet to be done.
So here's where they're going to go for 2 because they know they have to get it at some point and got some momentum. Why not?
So Wardlow drops back to throw, and he tries to run it, and he gets dropped short of the goal line. The 2-point conversion is no good, so that is a huge play.
That is a huge play.
The margin remains 2 scores with 3:14 remaining in the 4th quarter. Davis County 28, Centerville 19. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Your best choice for groceries is Brothers Market in Bloomfield, where they treat you like family. They are proud to offer Best Choice branded items. While you're here, check out the awesome selection in their meat department and make sure and find something for your sweet tooth in the bakery. Don't forget to check them out on Facebook or visit their website at shopbrothersmarket.com. Stop in and see them today at Brothers Market in Bloomfield, where they treat you like family.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Sawyer Wardlow's 3rd touchdown of the game has made our score 28-19. Centerville's 2-point conversion was no good. And so Davis County, whose lead was once 28-7, now hanging on, looking to finish this game off with 3:14 remaining in the fourth quarter. And you have to expect an onside kick here, Brad.
That's exactly what I was just thinking because, with the long drives, and we're not putting the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
If they give us the ball, it's likely that we could grind this one out. So, yeah, I would anticipate a...
Yeah, Townsend's on the front line on the far side. You see Zittler on the near hash.
Yep,
so
they got the hands
team in.
You're exactly right.
Johnson with the onside kick. It bounces, and it's McCall, the sure-handed junior, snagging it at midfield. And honestly, you got to feel pretty confident if it's kicked to McCall.
Yeah, and you saw the confidence out of him there. He's like, give me that ball. And good hands
that's
and gobbled it up.
A lot of people wait for it to go 10 yards before they go after it, and he just went after it before he even got to the 10 yards.
Yes, he did. So nice job to cover it up. And, here's where you just have to dig deep, find those assignments, communicate, convert that first down, and start putting this one away.
McCall is the running back beside Mater. Two receivers to each side for the Mustangs. Mater looking to the sideline. 3:13 remaining in the fourth quarter, and another delay game against Davis County. My goodness.
That's when you wish you had a play clock to see, because that one felt fast.
It kind of did feel fast. Almost felt like that was like a 25-second instead of a 40.
Yeah, I almost said something last time, but that's the advantage of having a play clock on the field, so you can see and make sure that it's accurate, because communication, especially early, sometimes is questionable with officials, and that one I am questioning.
1st and 15 from the 44, handoff McCall, hitting the backfield, and Otis Williams brought him down for no gain at the 44. And the clock runs. Centerville not calling a timeout.
Kind of surprising, right? I believe they have at least one, if not two.
I agree with that.
Depending on what those water breaks were. I don't know if any of those were actually called timeouts or what, because I don't see a symbol on the scoreboard.
So Davis County says, thank you very much. We'll just run this baby down as far as we can. Hopefully they won't catch a delay game. But it's 2nd and 15 from the 44. Mater looks to throw over the middle. Glosser makes the sliding catch, juggled a bit, but he catches it on the slant at the 43-yard line, 2 yards short of the first down. A gain of 13 to Glosser.
Still cramping.
Yeah.
Dealing with the cramps, but he's battling through them. And good for him, man. What a night he's had.
Definitely a game to remember for the junior. 2 touchdown catches and an interception return for a touchdown. On 3rd and 1, Mater keeps it. Running to the left, has the first down as he cuts it back up the middle.
Good. There's that keeper that I was hoping to see.
He put his foot on the ground, cut it up the field, and he is down at the 32. A gain of 10 for Mater. A key first down for the Mustangs.
And he has a good set of wheels on him. He's a track athlete too, and he's a basketball player. Underappreciated wheels, as much as he has of an arm and a good presence in the pocket. He has some wheels, so I was glad to see that used there. It's still no timeout. Are they out of timeouts?
I guess they are.
They must be. So some of those water timeouts must have been
those water breaks
to
must have been timeouts.
Centerville.
So with 1:20 left, Davis County will run the rest of this clock out as they are moments away from winning back the pennant. Handoff to McCall,
who refuses to go down
from a tackle, and he gets brought down for a first down at the 22. A gain of 10 for McCall, and that should about do it, Brad.
Yeah, it should. I was kind of surprised to see that we were in the shotgun there, snapping the ball.
Yeah.
And just any chance to have any kind of fumble snap, and then you're giving it to the back.
Yeah.
If they don't have any timeouts, I was surprised we weren't taking a knee there. So I hope here they put it away.
Yeah, Gloucester is actually kind of signaling. Are we taking a knee now or what?
They really should be. You just don't want to. No reason to take any risk here.
Right.
If you don't have to, and they have no timeout. So
yeah, time. The
get under center.
Clock is down to 35 seconds, by the way.
And they're still in the shotgun, but hopefully we see a knee here.
Mater with a long count, and he takes a knee after taking the snap. The 27-yard line, and that will do it. And Davis County celebrating on the sidelines as the Mustangs take back the pennant tonight. Final score from Mustang Stadium: Davis County 28, Centerville 19.
Got some excited boys down there, as they should be.
Most certainly.
And coaches.
So they are striding out to the pennant. Carson Zidler, the first one to it. Well, actually, they want to take it to the middle of the field before they bring it out. Yep, Athletic Director Dave Mason there as well, hoisting the banner. And it belongs to Davis County for the first time since 2014. What a special feeling that has to be, Brad.
Yeah, and a tough-fought game to get it back, because there were some times there where we thought it was in the bag, and Centerville, to their credit, just would not quit. So a hard-fought pennant to be won by the Davis County Mustangs, and what a good win it was.
All right, let's take a break, and in 3 minutes we'll come back to tell you about this one. Davis County over Centerville in the season opener, 28-19. As the Mustangs win back the pennant. We'll be back on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
When it comes to the safety of your children, be sure to make the right choice when they start driving. At the Right Choice Driving School, they treat each student like family and do their utmost to provide each student with the necessary information and techniques to become a lifelong, safe, responsible driver. Sign up for driver's education today and you can start tomorrow. They are open to students in all Iowa districts. Go to therightchoicedrivingschool.com today for more information. Proud sponsor of the Davis County Mustangs.
Do you need a fence built? Call Skylar at Hopkins Fencing in Bloomfield and save yourself some blood, sweat, and tears. Skylar can build whatever kind of fence you need, from barbed wire, woven, continuous, and custom welding. Check out the Hopkins Fencing Facebook page for lots of pictures of the quality fencing jobs he has done. Call Skylar at Hopkins Fencing in Bloomfield today to get on his fall building list, as it will fill up fast. You can find his number on Facebook or call 641-208-6310.
This is Milo Wells, your pharmacist and owner at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. When you need prescriptions, stop in and let our team take care of you. If you're on a current customer, I challenge you to ask a friend or neighbor that comes to our pharmacy if they are satisfied with the professionalism and small-town customer service we pride ourselves on. We provide a higher level of pharmacy care with the same copays as other pharmacies in the area. Let us sync your medications to help save you time with once-a-month pickup at Wells Hometown Drug next to CarQuest in Bloomfield.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal. And what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. See for yourself what See First can do for you.
You're watching Mustang football on the
have you. You're mine.
No.
Davis County victorious over Centerville by the final score of 28-19. Welcome back to Mustang Stadium, and it has to be a great feeling beating Centerville for the first time since 2014. We've been talking about it the entire game, and for it to finally become a reality, really it was a case of them jumping on them in the first half and then just hanging on and being very solid. The key stat of this game, to me at least, Centerville turned it over 6 times. Davis County didn't turn it over at all.
A huge difference in the game. And we, you and I have been talking, and we've been partners now for a couple of years. We've been in this situation a lot, and there's an art and there's a confidence to winning that when you're young, like this team has been over the last couple of years, they just didn't have experience doing. Well, they have that experience now, and they're older. They have juniors. Good job by the coaching staff. So good gutty performance to pull that one out.
All right, let's go over the game. And a lot of the action, especially if you're considered Davis County as far as scoring is concerned, happened in the first half. As the tone was set at the opening of the game. Davis County lost the toss. Actually, Centerville won the toss, deferred. Davis County got the kickoff, returned it to the 34, and then it turned 36, I should say. And then it just became a long, methodical. I have never seen a drive that long yet. 16 play, 64-yard drive. A couple of fourth-down conversions, a pass interference in the end zone that went the way of Davis County. It ended with a 2-yard run by Gavin McCall to give Davis County a 7-0 lead. But a 9-minute, 8-second opening drive, that you've never heard of. I mean, you rarely hear of something like that.
Yeah, especially in high school, it's just unusual. You see that in the pros, and it's a very pro-feeling first drive, you know, where they control the clock, take care of the ball. Everything was just clicking the way it should. They were mixing up the pounding run game with the tight formations and the offset double tackle and that type of formation mixed in with they went to spread, something that we expected them to do. So, again, very methodical and very well-thought-out coaching plan for that first drive.
Centerville got the ball back down 6-0, I beg your pardon, because Davis County missed the extra point. But after 2 incompletions, Sawyer Wardlow threw an interception. Davis County could not take advantage. They had to punt it back to Centerville, but they pinned them deep back to the 6. Another incompletion by Wardlow, and then Caden Glosser, who made the first interception, got another interception. This time he took it in for the touchdown.
And, again, you pointed out right away that turnovers were a big difference in the game, and those were the things that not only did we have opportunities, we took advantage of those opportunities and put that one in the house. So we had and this may be the next play you're going to be talking about. I can't remember the exact sequence if it was the onside kick after that, but we had contributions from every facet of the game, and a big one there by Glosser on defense.
Well, two big momentum things happened after that because the 2-point conversion, which was that awesome catch by Glosser in the corner of the end zone to make it 14-0.
Yeah.
And so Davis County's up 14-0. They're feeling good, and then they go surprise onside. They recover it again, and you're thinking, okay, well, I mean, Davis County, they're looking to just blow the doors off this thing. Give Centerville credit, though. Even though Davis County recovered that surprise onside, Centerville, they held tough and they forced Davis County to punt.
Yeah, and you knew you just had that feel that you had guys on the offensive side for Centerville that you just didn't want to hang around too long because they had the ability to make big plays and they did when they got some opportunities later. But again, very good first quarter. They came out guns blazing from Davis County and took advantage of some miscues from the Centerville Reds.
So there was another fumble, or there was a fumble, another turnover by Centerville. Davis County could not take advantage. They punted. Then finally Centerville was able to get some traction in the second quarter. A 16-yard pass after a good punt return by Kellen Johnson. They started from the Davis County 36, and then 3 plays later they were in the end zone.
Yeah, and as we mentioned the first half, when we kind of were doing our first half recap, they hadn't sent anybody back on those punts.
Right.
So the field position was really working in Davis County favor. That was the first time they put somebody back. It worked. They had a nice wall that number 1, I believe, was Kellen Johnson on the return to give them good field position to set them up for the upcoming score.
There's about 3 minutes left, 3:18 left, I believe, and Davis County got the ball back, leading now 14-7, and the momentum was on Centerville's side. But then they go on a drive, and they start from their own 22, and they managed to get it across midfield. And once they got across midfield, there was about 1:30 left, and you're thinking, okay, maybe they get another first down and run out the clock and be content with a 14-7 lead. Instead, on 3rd and 1 from the 30, Mater found Glosser on a beautiful fade pattern, and Glosser caught the ball, stretched out the football, touched the pylon, touchdown Davis County to make it 21-7, but I mean, what a catch by Gloucester.
Yeah, what a catch by Gloucester, and what a call by the coaching staff to have that kind of confidence. That it had all the feelings of they were just going to be content going into halftime. The pace of the play pace had really slowed down at that point. So again, everything was pointing towards we'll just be happy with the lead. We'll go into halftime. But nope, here they came with a big strike. Mater put it right on the spot. Caden Gloucester, again a big play there right before her half, but still yet more to come.
Now, Centerville was looking to get back into it before the half, but Wardlow threw another interception, this time one of your guys, Cohen Piper, sophomore, was able to pick it off, and he made an awesome return because he got it. He intercepted the ball in Davis County territory, took it all the way back to the 12, and then 22 seconds were left. You're thinking, okay, now you can be aggressive, up 21-7, really put your foot on the throat of them. And the very next play, slant, it's almost like they've done this before, and it's you could see them doing it. It's like, okay, we'll just do what we always do, and it was a slant to Gloucester. Mater connected with Gloucester for the second time in under a minute, and Davis County was up 28-7.
Yeah, and again, we're getting contributions and balance from the sophomores, juniors, seniors, everybody there, and good job by Cohen reading space back there in the safety. I guarantee he put in a lot of time in the weight room this summer, and he's a track guy, so he's put in the speed work to be able to do something with the ball after you make a good play. And then again, you can tell that Mater and Gloucester put in a lot of time on those finesse routes, those quick slants, those quick hitters. They were on the money, not only on the fades, but they're on the slant.
So Centerville started off with the ball down 28-7 at the end of the half, but they threw an interception. Davis County could not take advantage. Then Centerville went on a pretty good drive, finishing off with an 18-yard pass from Wardlow to Mosley, his second of the game. And a two-point conversion was no good to make it 28-13. And it really got to the point where it felt like if Davis County could just not make any mistakes, they were going to be able to beat Centerville because, as I said, up to that point, Centerville had 5 turnovers. They had 5 turnovers. They couldn't stay out of their own way.
Yeah, and the only thing that we were not stubbing our toe on was penalties, so we were, kind of giving them other opportunities and kind of falling into their trap of what they wanted us to do was jump offside on some of those hard counts. But you're right, we weren't turning the ball over as we have in the past in these kind of tight games, and that turned out to really be the difference.
Another fourth quarter turnover by Centerville short-circuited another drive. Davis County could not quite take advantage, and they went 3 and out. And then about halfway through the fourth quarter, Centerville went on a drive, and they connected a big 44-yard pass from Wardlow to Johnson, got them in range, and then a 9-yard pass to Weber from Wardlow made it 28-19 after the 2-point conversion failed. Davis County got the ball back, and they managed to get a couple of first downs, and were able to run out the clock, and they were able to celebrate with the pennant, and it's party time here in Bloomfield.
Yeah, and you pointed out during the call that was a big stop on that 2-point conversion because they were down 15. They knew they had to have a 2-point conversion at some point. They just scored, had some pretty good momentum, big stop, and that kind of just took the wind out of their sail. Tried the onside kick, didn't work. Gavin McCall covered it up, and it just we at that point felt pretty good that maybe we could run this thing out with around 3 minutes left.
Yeah, so a big win for Davis County to start off the season. They're 1-0. I looked, and actually they have not had 6 wins in a season since 2012. So getting that first one, and this is a different season, of course, because they're only going to have 7 regular season games. Everybody makes the playoffs if they can play those 5 games. But just to get that first win, that has to be huge.
Yeah, and I've said it several times, and we've said it since we've been calling it. There's an art and there's a skill and a confidence to winning. Huge confidence booster here from a lot of guys that have been playing from a very young age, contributing at the varsity level, starting to come together, and you're seeing the production and the product on the field from all of their hard work in the off season.
So that's going to do it for us today. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you next week. Albia will be here in town, and as we said during the game, that was a fun matchup last year, a rematch. Davis County was able to get revenge after that triple overtime loss 2 years ago. But, I mean, when Davis County and Albia get together, it's never a dull. It's not a dull engagement.
Yeah, in the last 3 years, or going back to 2 years, it's been back and forth. So this is kind of the rubber match, you'll say, of the last 3 since we've been calling it at least. Do we do player of the game anymore? Or do you not want to?
We could definitely do player of the game.
Okay.
So
I didn't know if we.
Oh yeah. Well, I kind of forgot. It's been a while.
Okay.
It's week 1 for
Okay.
everybody.
Hey, that's what a partner's for.
All right. I think it's pretty easy who the player of the game is today.
Yep.
But you go ahead and say it.
I agree. Well, again, we talked about balance, and this gentleman was balanced all over the field. He was contributing on offense, defense, special teams, and gutting it out at the end there when he was kind of hobbled up. But his presence was felt everywhere. Caden Glosser.
Caden Glosser with 5 catches, 60 yards, 2 touchdowns, and plus he had an interception return for a touchdown. As I said, an easy choice for our player of the game. So, congratulations to Caden Glosser, and congratulations to all of the Davis County Mustangs. It has been a while since they've been in Centerville. I know they're going to enjoy this, and
Yep.
I know as a coach, how long do you give players time to enjoy a win like this before it's time to turn the page and go to week 2?
Yeah, typically what we would do is we'd bring them in, tomorrow or Sunday or both, in some cases to, work out some of the injuries and cramps and take care of the icing and things tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You watch film, you break down that stuff, and then Sunday it's kind of like we're moving on.
Okay.
We're looking the week ahead. So congratulations to Coach Scott Murdoch in his first win as the head coach of the Mustangs, and a win in front of his home crowd on a season that's been on shaky ground, and very memorable win for many reasons for Coach Scott Murdoch.
All right, man. Another season started off, my friend. It's good to have you with me.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Awesome.
Appreciate you having me.
Once again, our final score, Davis County 28, Centerville 19. The Mustangs bring the pennant home and start the season off 1-0. The Big Reds will head back to the drawing board and try to regroup as they fall to 0-1. We would like to thank you for making us a part of your Friday evening. The 2020 season is now off and rolling. Be sure to join us for week 2 from right here at Mustang Stadium. The Davis County Mustangs will play host to the Albia Blue Demons. Kickoff is scheduled for 7:30. We look forward to having you join us then. For Brad McCloskey and our producers, Parker Stevens and Allison Walker, this is El Scojo saying so long from Bloomfield. The preseason has been a presentation of Davis County football on the Atumo Radio Group Sports Network.